Yo, what's good, my people out there? What's up? This is Jay Watts. Your boy's up in the daytime. That's right. I took last night off a little bit. I mean, it got pretty crazy out here in Phoenix. We had the big windstorm came through. I mean, haboobs, it was first it was dusty, super windy. Traffic went to a crawl instantly. Then it started raining on top of us right after that. So it was like it was a no-win situation. So I had to call it good. What up, Wes, my man? He's up in there, Taz Gaming. So after, it got too crazy and too windy, I decided just to pull it over. So I went on ahead, did a couple of trips around ASU because they had to postpone the game and everything. Cleared that out, shot my ass all the way back over here, to my house in South Phoenix, and I called it good. I know my man Juan Vargas, he stayed out last night. It was pretty crazy. I mean, even as I was cruising through neighborhoods, there were trees laying all in the street, trash cans all over the place. Man, it was nuts. It was pretty nuts. A huge storm came through last night. So what's up, Yezekai? And so Juan, he stayed out. I think he made about $450 last night. He said it was just empty streets. He couldn't find nobody out there. He was like, man. Hey, Steven said he's posted up at the Wawa near my house. Lyft is playing games, app crashed. Yeah, the app crashed today. I was getting on my app earlier this morning, because I like to get on in the morning just to see what kind of surge is out there. Uber had surge all over the place. And I was like, well, let me see what Lyft is doing. It wouldn't even boot up. It showed my total at the top, but it kept all the stuff at the bottom saying like unavailable. All of it was nuts. So I think they're all going through something right now because of all the protests and stuff that are going on. I think it's waking up all of the legislature and all of these people to what these apps are really doing. And they might start I think they might start getting investigated for like stealing tips and moving money around and doing these technical issues they've been having. Because like I said, with them talking about what up, Raymond? Hey, he says, what's going on around your way last night? Any concerts? No concerts, but ASU games. But they got delayed because we had a real big storm last night. So everything got delayed. But because all of these apps are now having all these technical glitches and all these issues and all this crazy crap, I think legislators are going to start looking into it because a lot of drivers are fed up. They're standing up against it. Riders are fed up with it because they're tired of being gouged every time they're trying to go from point A to point B. I mean, somebody left in a comment on one of my videos. He was taking a student, usually it was $15 for her to get somewhere. End up being a $27 trip for her, like an extra $12. And when people are doing that, they're not tipping us because they're like, well, I already paid too much for this trip to begin with. And now you want me to tip you another $3, $4, $5 on top of that? No, I already paid too much. And I think the apps are knowing that because I talked about in my video, Steve, about that point of elasticity, where the point of elasticity in economics is how far can you push somebody to where they just won't pay another dime. And I think that's what these apps are doing. They saw with the old fares, people were still being very, lenient with the money. They were like, hey, this trip only cost me $12. I'll tip you 5. 17 is cool. So the apps were thinking, okay, so this person is really willing to pay $17 for this trip because we charge them 12, they tip 5. They're willing to pay 17. So just start making the trip cost $17. Point of elasticity, pushing people to see exactly how much they're willing to pay. And I think that with all these concerts, same thing. They're pushing people to see how much they're willing to pay. And now people are paying $90 to get out of the places, $85, $120, $175 just to get out of the concert. And that's leaving no money for tips. No money for tips. And drivers aren't getting this money. So you can't tell me the fees for these rides are $120, $130 in fees, and the driver's only going to get like $40, $50. That's it. That don't make sense. There's nothing out there that costs that much. That's like you going to buy a movie ticket for $20, but they're going to charge you, $60 in fees on top of that $20 you just paid. So you got to pay $80 to see the movie because you got the parking fee, the popcorn fee, the bathroom fee, the walking by yourself fee, the usher in the front fee, the checking your ticket fee. It's like, dude, I'm just here to see a movie. It's $20. That's all it is. How'd it come out to be like $80? That's just Uber and Lyft shit. They're stacking all these fees on top of everything, and these people are paying ungodly amounts just for a damn ride down the street. It's like, dude, it's 10 miles down the road. It shouldn't be more than, $30 probably for 10 miles. Nope, $65, and the driver's getting like 18. Get the Joe Biden fee. I know it, Pearlio. They're not even trying to hide it no more. It's so blatant the way they're doing it. And a lot of drivers even say in the comments, they use two phones. They'll use the phone to show the passenger side and the driver's side. So people are seeing how much these apps are charging. They say, wait a minute, why is it coming up on my phone that I'm only getting $22, but they're charging $72 for this ride? This something don't make sense. There's no way there's $50 in fees on top of a ride that you're only really paying $22 for. The shit don't make no sense. So, and that's why I tell people, man, I'm glad the people in Vegas are actually standing up and they went to the state and they got the state involved, because it ain't a game no more. This is money. This is real money. Everybody want to talk about go get a real job, go get this. No, this is real money. People are paying tuition. They're buying cars. They're paying rent. They're paying mortgages, insurances. This is real money. And Uber and Lyft know it's real money. They're real companies. So when people say go get a real job, we got real corporations doing real shady shit to take away real money. This is real money. Yeah, man, they robbing people, man. And they're sitting there, trying to say that these rides aren't really costing that much, or it's due to inflation. If it wasn't for inflation, the ride would be cheaper. There's no way a ride will go from $12 or $15 up to $27 because of inflation. That's almost twice the amount of money. Almost twice the amount of money somebody's paying for something. Inflation didn't double everything. Everybody's rent didn't double. Everything didn't just double in price all of a sudden. But these rides are doubling and tripling right now. Jason, man, exactly. They charging search, then looking to keep it. They tried that shit. They tried to do it, and the state caught them. They got caught. And I think, we're going to issue refunds to all these people. You can submit, a claim for a refund. If you don't get your refund, nah, y'all got caught. That's what happened. They ass got caught. And Jason, what's going on right now, man, is that finally a group of drivers was doing the concert, because we all complained about the Beyonce concert. We all complained about the money that wasn't there. We complained about Taylor Swift when she was in town. The money wasn't there. And finally, a group of drivers stood up and said, we done with this shit. We ain't gonna just sit around and complain about it. We going to the state. We taking this shit straight to the state. And they did. And the state got involved, and Uber got their ass handed to them. It's like, you owe people money. And instead of Uber taking care of the drivers who are out there in the streets doing this shit for pennies on a dollar, instead of taking care of the driver, what they do, the same shit they always do. We're going to give a refund to the riders, because that's all they really care about is the people who are paying for this app. They don't give a shit about the drivers. Drivers to them are an expense. They're just mules to get the job done. That's all we are, mules to get the job done. They don't care about us. So they're going to make sure they don't fuck off the riders by pissing them off, saying, we're going to give you guys refunds. Just keep using our app. Keep using our app. We're going to give you some money back. Instead of looking at the drivers going, hey, we should keep you guys on our platform, keep you guys happy, keep you guys paid up, because you guys got, a lot of equipment you're using to do this shit. So let us take care of you on that. Yeah, man. Yeah. Hey, Darian said, I turned on the app last night around midnight and I was getting pings to pick up people from the airport 20 miles out. Vegas ain't playing no games. Hey, I started making a video last night. I was already in Scottsdale. I got a ping to come all the way to the airport to pick somebody up to bring them back to Scottsdale. The money was good, so I did it. But you're right. People ain't playing games no more, man. They not playing no more. They leaving people hanging. They like, fuck this shit. But they did it on Lux for me. I had it as a Lux ride. So I was like, okay, cool. The people still ain't tipped, though. I did that long ass there and back. They still ain't tipped. But I'm like, I wonder how much they paid for that shit. Man. Yeah, but out in Vegas, man, they starting a serious stance. And I know we've seen protests before, we've seen strikes and shit before, and I tell people I wouldn't strike because I'd rather be out driving making money. But not a lot of people can afford to go on strike, and we get it. But we still support those people out there going on strike, because we know what they're doing this shit for. They're doing this for all of us, not just for them. Nobody's striking for their own individual selves. They're striking for the whole collaborate, for every fucking body. So even if we don't go on strike, we've got to actually promote and kind of help their plight, because their plight is going to get us paid too. And we got to go out there and not drive for bullshit. That's how we support them. We don't accept the bullshit, because if they out there striking for better pay and we in the street going, I got to stay busy, I got to take every fucking ride, I got to take 50 cent a mile ride, dollar a mile rides, we're not supporting their efforts, because they're out there putting their ass on the line by not making money. And we can't stay out here driving, making shit money, saying we're working together. We ain't working together. Some of us have working strikes to where we actually go on strike every single day. Y'all see my shit. We sit at home and cancel, decline, cancel, decline, cancel, decline. We do that shit all the time. That's our way of going on strike. That's our way of helping them. They're right now over out in Vegas making sure they're being heard by everybody. All these YouTube channels, like I said, y'all see how my YouTube channel works. I got 30% of the watchers on my YouTube channel are from people all over the world. So people all over the world are going to hear about how Vegas is trying to change how rideshare drivers are being paid. Because we got our asses handed to us at these at these concerts. We got our asses handed to us. And a lot of people who drove in these concerts know that. And that's why I just turned my shit off. I was like, nope. I'm like you, Chowder, man. I stay home, go have me a fucking beer, kick back. I ain't doing this shit. Exactly. Mr. Gambit, you right, man. Coast to coast, man. Cherry pick. Because what they're doing is they're using these rides as high profit margins. These 50 cent a mile drivers and shit, those are high profit margin rides for the corporations. And what they're doing with those profits is they're trying to start this whole automatic driver shit. And I'm like, so they're using us to be the mules to get the cash so they can do all of this like automatic driverless car shit. We're basically working ourselves out of a fucking job by taking low profit jobs. So we got to stay on this shit, man. We got to keep stand on it. Go out there, take these high profit jobs for us. Don't worry about the apps. The apps need to figure their shit out on their end. We don't mess with them. They need to figure out shit on their end. But we cannot allow ourselves to get played. That's what we can't allow. And people are just getting tired of that shit, man. That's right, man. Don't let these companies slaves you out there because they're making way too much money. Like I said, that 262 trip. And I'm sitting there like, when I see 262s, I laugh. I'm like, who's taking this shit? $2.62. Who's taking this shit? You're basically driving for about $11, $12 an hour because it's not even $3 a ride. You're going to probably do about 4 or 5 of those in an hour. That's it. And I'm sitting there like, the profit margin is so low, you're using more in fuel than these trips are even worth. When you see a 262 on your screen, that's an auto decline. That's like, fuck no. I don't care if it's, going just right from here to there. No, don't do that. Don't do that. Because that's bus fare. It costs $3 to take the bus. You got a private clean ass car with Spotify in the car, premium fucking fuel, leather fucking seats for $2.62. No, you can take the bus. The bus will be here in about 15 minutes. Just hang where you hanging. Shit, take the bus down the street. Like, don't let us get played like that. We ain't cool, man. Yeah. Imagine somebody telling you $2. Hey, man, go drop this off for $2. Hey, Medina said, hey, there was a glitch here in San Diego on Lyft. There was a surge all over the city, had a $7 surge. No rides were coming. In about 5 minutes after the surge, they took away the $7. They figured that shit out. They figured it out. They was like, oh, shit, we got a surge out there. What the hell? What up, Fortune Jama? And Mark said, hey, tipping has left the platform. They charge too much for poor markets like mine. You're right. And that's what it is. That's what it is, man. What up, Bighorn Kevin? Yeah, when they charging too much, ain't nobody tipping. They're not going to tip us because they already overpaid for the ride to begin with. There's no way. I say that shit all the time. No way the fares are that much more. The fees are that much more than the ride itself. Because you cannot be charging people $65, giving the rider $25, and you taking $40 in fees. I just don't. That's the part of me that I don't see how these apps even sleep at night doing that shit. Knowing they didn't have to charge them people that much because they know their fees ain't that much. It's the point of elasticity. They knew this rider was probably going to tip this driver because normally they say, well, if we give the guy if we charge him $40, normally people tip about $15. So instead of charging him $55, instead of just charging him 40, letting him tip 15, just charge him 55, 60 right off the bat. That way we already took the tip already. We took the tip for ourselves and we just call it some type of fee. And now that person got to dig in their pocket even deeper to give exos. Instead of giving the driver $10, it's like he gave the driver 25 in a tip because Uber took 15 of the shit already. And now we got to take the 10 that they got to scraggle out of their fucking pockets. And these apps ain't stupid. They know exactly what they doing. They know it. And so I'm glad. Oh, thanks, Tony, man. I appreciate it. Hey, man, I love this mic, man. This mic is cool. I might have to buy another one. Shit, I'm going to have for my guests and everything. Everybody's going to have a short mic. And that's the difference between professional mics with 2 V's and an actual real fucking mic. That's the real shit. That's real shit. But I'm glad that Vegas is actually doing this because for them to get the state involved in instances where a lot of us never got the state involved, they went and got permits. They went and got a lot of shit done just to make this thing 100% legit, because the state was even like, no, you guys can't, because we ain't stupid. A lot of us know politicians are getting money from these apps. We ain't stupid. We know they getting kickbacks. I mean, it's been proven time and time again that these people all over the world, different governments, all of, have been kickbacks from these apps. They got lobbyists. They got shit like that. So I'm sitting there like, no wonder they didn't want these drivers to go on strike. They was like, no, y'all can't go on strike. You guys can't protest. You can't do, you got to go get permits first. They wanted to buy some time so they can call their little buddies at Uber and Lyft. Hey, we got these people out here about to do something, man. Y'all need to figure some shit out. Put some bonuses out, put some challenges out, put something out there, because we got this going down. And Uber and Lyft is like, hey, we got people inside the government that's willing to warn us on a whole bunch of shit going down in certain cities. We not stupid. Like I said, we have seen so much go on with these apps that they keep snaking away and sneaking away. And I'm like, man, hey, thanks, Dash the Trader. Appreciate that, brother. Man, I'm trying to do it, man. If we're going to do this, let's do it. That's what I tell people. We're going to all be out doing this shit. Let's do it the right way. Costs a little investment, but man. And that's what I tell people. We're not stupid to seeing what's going on out there with all these apps. A lot of us are sitting there watching the apps sneak out of shit. And for Uber to get busted, and that finally the state of Nevada busted their ass, it was like, no, we see what you just did. We see what, and y'all knew y'all fucked up. And to give all these people their money back, that lets you know right there, these apps ain't gonna win every single battle. We've got to start standing up at some point. We do have help out there. We just got to band together. We got to figure out a way together to get this shit done. Because a lot of drivers would have just been like, well, I got my money, I'm good. I got my money, I'm good. The riders and the drivers both went to the state and said, something's going on right now. And that's how you got to do that shit. And I've said it in many of my videos. You've got to get the riders and you've got to get the drivers. Everybody's got to come together. You can't just have only drivers. That's it. No, because the riders make up part of the community too. They're the other half of the equation that the Lyft don't want us to talk to. Like I said, one of my passengers got in saying that Lyft sent them a message saying drivers should not be talking to you about tips or any part of the transaction, financial, and you got to report drivers that do that. They're purposely trying to keep us from talking to each other, purposely trying to punish us for having an adult conversation saying, hey, man, how much did you pay for this ride anyways? Oh, I got to report you because you asked me that question. I can't just, that's like me walking up, asking you, how much did you pay for your car? Hey, man, how much you pay for this car? This is a nice car. How much you pay for it? Oh, I got to report you to the dealership for asking me how much I paid for this car. Man, you can't knock somebody for asking somebody a simple question of how much did you pay for that? But this is what Lyft and Uber are trying to do. They're acting like we fucking children. Oh, you can't ask him how much you paid for this ride. If you ask him how much you paid for this ride, we're going to deactivate you and take you off of our platform. But I'm the one giving him the ride. I'm giving his ass a safe ride from point A to point B. You telling me I can't just look in the back and like, dude, how much does this ride even cost you? I can ask you how much your hat costs. I can ask you how much your fucking boots cost. I can ask you how much the lunch you carrying costs. But I can't ask you how much this ride costs. What kind of shit? It's some shady shit if you telling me that. Because this is a whole world out there, a whole universe of information, and we should be able to ask people just basic questions if shit's on the up and up. That's the term you sign. If you sign with us, you can't ask people how much they paid for it. It's like, why not? Because the rider can ask us, how much are we getting for this ride? They can say, hey, how much are you getting for this ride right here? Exactly. It's that whole shut up and drive shit. Shut up and drive. That's it. Shut up and dribble. Shut up and play ball. We can know how much LeBron makes every year. We can know how much anybody makes, but you can't know how much a driver makes. That's got to be a fucking secret. How much does a driver make? It's a secret. Yeah, shit don't make no sense to me, man. It don't make, so that's how you know. And you're right, child, the investors, they're looking for a return on their investment. And so they're trying to keep everything under wraps while they doing a little scheming and finagling and shit to make sure nobody wakes up to what's going on. And that's why that shit that happened in Vegas. People woke up to what was going on. They felt it. They like, something doesn't seem right. Because y'all ain't paying, there's no surge out here for us to take, except Premier got surge. But we're paying some high-ass prices. What the hell's going on? People started talking to each other. And I say that shit in videos. If people don't start talking back and forth, riders and drivers don't start communicating, these apps gonna be able to control us and do whatever they want to do with us. But I'm like, motherfucker, I'm a grown man. If I want to ask this motherfucker how much this ride costs, I'm gonna be like, dude, how much this ride even cost you? It's a question. That's it. He can say, you know what, I choose not to tell you. Okay, cool, no problem. You can say that. Well, I just choose not to tell you. Cool. But if you say, actually, this ride cost me $32, I'd be like, $32? Damn. I'm only getting like $11 out of this. And that's when the rider would know I'm getting had. You telling me you were willing to take me for $11? Yeah, it's only like 4 miles down the road. I was willing to take you for 11 bucks. Then why the fuck they charge me $32? You got to talk to Uber and Lyft. Because to me, it was worth it. I mean, it's $3 a mile for me to take you down the street, $3 a mile. I'll do it. So why the hell you paying $10 a mile? It's like, and that's what they don't want. They don't want that conversation to be had. Because once riders start finding out that the services and the products that they're paying for is overpriced, oh, shit's going to hit the fan. And that's what I think what happened in Vegas. Shit hit the fan. Because on a $175 fare, Uber was refunding $128. Shit was hitting the fan out there. And it's to the point where the concert just ended. And as soon as the concert was over, everybody was already talking about going on strike and protesting the shit that happened. And y'all saw in the video what happened to me out here. I was at the concert. It was a clusterfuck. It was crazy. And I was like, nope, I'm good. I'm headed home, man. I'm not doing this shit. I'm out. And they kept trying to send me ride after ride after ride, but they don't tell you, hey, the traffic's going to take you about 20, 30 minutes to get to somebody the way we got it set up. So each ride we're giving you is approximately 30 minutes to 45 minutes. Just think of that. Each ride you're getting is about, and that's just in pickup. That's in get in, get out time. That's not once you hit the highway and now you can make it. Because if the ride itself is about 25 minutes, you about an hour, 10-minute drive, hour, 5-minute drive. You're going to make like $45 leaving the concert. They're going to give you $45. And that's all you making in an hour and 10 minutes. When concert traffic, people are making $80 an hour, $90 an hour. The SUVs are making $200 an hour. We know how this shit works. We've been doing this for a while. So for us to be sitting around making $24 an hour, $36 an hour, $45 an hour at a big ass concert, we know something ain't right. Something don't seem right, but the people are still being charged that shit. What up, King James? KC Biz Strategy. She's out there. Yeah, man. Sam Smith and Jesse Reyes was on the forum last night. For sure, you got to split the fat fares with Uber. Did my test last night. Yeah, man. That's what it is. It's like these huge fares that they're charging people really think drivers are getting that. And they don't realize we're not getting that. I mean, I've had people, when I left the airport one time, and dude told me he got charged like $80 or something like that. And I got the $28. I took him all the way down to 10. I got $28 to take him like 13 miles. And he was like, yeah, I paid like $80. I'm like, wow. And that was on Lyft. That wasn't even on Lux. So they gave me like a little surge and everything. I was so heated about that shit because that's what they're doing. They know what these people are willing to pay. These people are thinking drivers are getting this money. We're not. So that's right, King James, man. We gotta at least stand up and start speaking up for people because, you know, everybody over time, shit changes over time, and you start seeing how shit really works. Y'all know me from last year. I was like, man, I ain't protesting. I ain't doing that shit. I'm still at that point where I probably won't go out and protest, but I'm not too high and mighty to say, let's support the people that are protesting. Let's support them. Every protest is not going to have 7 billion people at it, even though 7 billion people live on Earth. So if 7 billion people live on Earth, 50,000 people protest, we need the other 6 billion something to support that 50,000 people because everybody can't protest, but we can at least support what they're doing. So even if 200 drivers are out there protesting, we got to support them somehow, whether it's just getting the word out, because that's what they're doing this for, is to get the word out about what they're protesting about. Get the word out. If you can afford to protest, go down there and hang out with them, show up in large numbers, but let them know and let the companies know. They got numbers behind them. We are the numbers. Just because you don't see me out in the street, I am one of them. They got numbers. So you might see, oh, it's only 100 people out there. No, it's motherfuckers like me sitting at home not taking no bullshit. I support them. I'm right with them. Yeah, and my protesters, when they send me shit fares, I don't take it. When they shitting on me at a concert, I turn my app off and I come back home. That's how you protest. You don't tolerate the bullshit. You show these apps. Even if you don't see 50,000 people standing in one area, you got 50,000 people who are drivers willing to do exactly what they're doing, which is not take shit fares, which is stand up for what we think is right. Better pay for everybody across the boards, not just people with the big black SUVs. I mean, you got little ass Camry. You deserve to be able to take care of your family. You shouldn't be going in a hole every time you gotta get a break job. Like, oh shit, I gotta get a break job. Damn, there goes all my money I made this week. How much you make this week? 600. I worked like almost 40 hours and made 600. No, if you working 40 hours, you should be making like 1,600, man. This don't seem right. You should be making about $40 an hour. I don't care if you do drive a Camry. You out in these streets just like everybody else is. You driving a Ford Focus, you driving a Fusion, you driving a Beamer, a Navigator. You in the streets like everybody else is out here. So should nobody who's a driver be starving to the point where they got to live, ride to ride? Like, oh shit, the next ride got to be $25 because I got to pay for this. Oh, the next ride got to be $35. And that's why people are taking shit rides. They're seeing all these $40 rides come down the pipe. And the first thing they do is jump on the shit. $45, woo! Then they find out the shit's 65 miles. I'm like, you just did a 65-mile ride for $45? Well, I needed the $45. Did you think of the profits behind that shit? Because you really didn't even get $45. You probably walked away with like 20. It's like, because you got to go there, then your ass got to come back. And you got to pay for gas. You wasted a lot of time and money. And so that's why we kind of run the channel the way we run it, talking about profits all the time. Man, yeah, exactly, man. Chowder, you got it right, man. You sitting in traffic for an hour for $24. That's basically what you're doing. Because even the one ride I did accept, the $14 ride, I was like, well, the girls seem like they're right there. I'm going to try to snake through the parking lot the back way. So I tried to come through the back way, and it was even worse traffic because everybody had the same idea. So I'm like, this is even worse. I'm like, this $14 little ride ain't going, and it was only like 2 or 3 miles. I was like, man, this would be a quick hop probably if I could just sneak in and sneak out, and I can do another ride real quick. Nope, I had to cancel it because they was on the other side of the damn hotel, and it was nothing but a sea of cars the whole way. There was no way in hell, unless they walked to me or really ran to me, because even walking, they would have had to, them motherfuckers have to start jogging to me, goddammit. I was like, no, I had to cancel that shit. I canceled that motherfucker, got right out the parking lot, went out the back way, took my ass home for the night. And that's what we got to do, man. That's what we got to do. If they're not going to pay us a true fair wage for the environment we're in, I don't give a damn about them talking about surge and all of that shit. I don't care about that. Is the driver deserves to be paid for the environment he's sitting in. Traffic, bumper to bumper traffic for like an hour. And if we're notoriously always making, during concerts, $80 to $90 an hour, but you got us at a concert saying, well, we're going to pay you maybe $24 to $30 an hour, $40 an hour. No, that's half of what we normally get in concerts. So why would anybody even drive these damn concerts? Why would they? You have a bunch of people had a good time, drunk, high, can't drive home, and all of a sudden people are like, well, I came out to get an Uber. The only people that's going to be getting rides are private drivers. That's it. Private drivers will have their rides, but these apps, they ain't going to get no support because the drivers are going to be like, no, we ain't doing this shit. Nope. Mark, you stupid. He said, who want to drive these heathens around from 17 to 20? You heathen. That sounds like some Aunt Esther shit on Sanford and Son. You heathen. Like, motherfucker, who want to drive these heathens around for $17 to $20 an hour? Man, you right. And they done walked in spit, piss, and fucking peanut shells and goddamn M&M chunks. And now they bringing all that shit in your car from the concert. So as soon as you drop them off, you got to clean all that shit out your floorboard from the next person. And that's why, my floors, I keep them leather. I clean them all the time because I know what's on the ground. I see what people do. People always spitting out shit, hocking up loogies and all that shit, walking into everybody's seven, and then they come step in your car. And that's why I can't fuck with no auto driving cars, man. All these driverless cars, I'm like, who's cleaning all this shit out of these cars after people get out? You're not going to have me jumping in the car that somebody just done hocked the fucking loogie on the floor, got boogers on the goddamn door handles and shit. Now you want me, like, who's cleaning this car? There's no driver in this car. It's driverless. It's like, I need a car with a driver to know that this shit got cleaned out before it showed up. That's me. Yeah, exactly. Still. Hey, you're right. Stale donut crumbs all over their shirts. Hey, I know that shit's true because I get stale donut crumbs on my shirt. Goddamn it. I'll be sitting out eating that Circle K donuts. I got to get out of the car and fucking do this shit. I'll be like, man, I got to stop eating in my car. I'll sit there and vacuum all that shit up, man. Them damn donut crumbs be everywhere. That shit, when it start falling, it's like it's snowing. That shit just coming all down. But somebody's got to clean that shit up. Yeah, but for $17, $20 an hour, man. What y'all said, Uber offered me a trip to New Jersey, $150. Rhode Island, New Jersey is 250 miles. Then have to drive another 250 back. 500 miles for $150. Decline. Man, you better decline that shit and leave your hand on it. Like, just push it and just don't even let up. Exactly. Sweaty ass D's nuts. Man, for real, Tony, man. Hey, it was a commercial I just saw on TV the other day about that shit. It was something some people were using. It's this new product they got out, dead serious. And it's specifically like crotch deodorant. Man, I saw that shit. I think I was watching like Hulu or Netflix or some shit. It was talking about crotch deodorant. Now I was on the news station. That shit was talking about crotch deodorant. I was like, man, they just get that shit to Uber drivers for free. Like, we'll just be throwing that shit in the back seat. Hey, use this before you get in. Like, put this shit on before you get in. God damn it. That's just real talk, man. Yes, that's it, Chowder. That's it. That was the commercial. Lume. Man, I couldn't think of the name of it. That was it. That shit. I was like, I ain't never heard of that shit, man. When I heard it, it was like, yeah, when you got like sweaty balls, or the lady was saying something on a commercial, and I was like, I turned around, I was like, this got to be a joke. This has to be a joke. It was a straight up product. I was like, I need to buy that shit. I need to get a whole box of that shit and just throw it in my trunk. Tell the motherfucker, as soon as I pull up, hand it out the window, hey, put this on your balls and shit before you get in. Hey, lady, put this in your crotch before you get in. Clean yourself up. Dude, I thought it was a fake commercial. I swear I thought it was a fake commercial. I was like, man, every Uber driver needs that shit. It's called the shower. Yeah, exactly, man. Hey, that's what I need, a affiliate link, man. I need an affiliate link for that shit, because I thought it was fake. Dude, I swear I thought it was fake. It was real. Lume, that shit's funny as hell. Yeah. And Immortal said, you're right, Jay. That's why cameras everywhere, strict social credit to ride in driverless cars. They have all these bases covered. Yep. Somebody's paying attention, man. Immortal, I'm going to tell you right now, if people don't look up what social credit is and how they're pushing and promoting inclusion and social credit, crazy. In other countries, they're pushing it. They're and it's slowly trickling into America, if you don't believe me. Look at social credit. And what it is that they're going to use your, like all these cameras they got, they're going to use your like eyes and like your facial recognition, all that shit, to create a database of the actions and the activities you got. That database is going to rate what you did. If you run a light, if you jaywalk, if you get into a fight, if you do all this shit, your social credit is going to determine whether or not you have access to certain parts of society. And I mean, it's crazy. And y'all think this shit is science fiction. Y'all like, man, that's a bunch of bullshit. Trust me, Immortal, he's on it. He's paying attention, because all this world health shit and all this world government shit and all this, it's all about how to control people with technology. So you don't need actual like people to control people. You'll use technology to control people. Oh, thanks, JaVale Temple, man. I appreciate it. Appreciate it. Hey, my email is uberjeepaz@gmail.com. Yeah, it's all about AI. That's right. And they're going to stop. Like people usually make decisions, but people are flawed. They're thinking AI is not flawed. AI can make mistakes. So what it's going to be is that they're going to rely on AI to control everything. How much you get paid. They're going to have, based on the job you're doing, your output, your input, your social credit score is going to be heavily relied upon by AI. So you're going to be like, oh man, I'm going to go do this. I'm going to go do that. Excuse me, now you got an AI score. The AI score is going to be like, well, you can only go to this level of what that is. You can't go above that because your credit is too low. You're like, what you mean my credit is too low? I got the money for it. It ain't about money no more. Money will not be the main criteria for gaining access to certain things. Right now, like everybody's saying, oh, I need money, I need money, I need money. Money is being devalued as we speak. So as soon as they turn, exactly, it's like, that's that mark of the beast shit right there. So as soon as you get to a point where you think you're going to be able to just to walk up because you got money, they're going to be like, well, your social credit score is a 550. You need at least a 650 to get into this. Well, I got the money, and it's going to start a whole nother realm of life for people when they realize it ain't about money. They've been controlling people the whole time, using shit to control people. And that's why I think they want everybody to not own houses, everybody to not own cars, but everything is owned by somebody major, like a bigger corporation. And we don't own shit. Everything's another corporation, and our social credit allows us to either rent with them, lease with them, get rides with them, grocery shop with them. That's what our social credit scores have been used for. So if we don't act a certain way and do things a certain way, we can't live a certain way. You're not free anymore. Just do what the fuck you want to do. You're just not free. Well, I got $500. I'm free to go do this. Nah, you're not really free because your social credit score is too low. You have the money, but you don't have the social credit to be able to do that. So we can't allow that. And now you got to go do some crazy shit to get your social credit score up. You got to go fucking pick daisies, walk fucking dogs and shit, do all this crazy shit to get your social credit score up. It's control, man. It's all about control. And if people that don't believe it's coming, like I said, it might not happen during our generation, what's going on right now, but most of us have children and they have, so we've got to talk to them and explain to them what's coming down the pipe. Because you don't want your kid to be surprised one fucking day. Be like, Dad, you told me all I needed was good credit and I needed a good job and I needed this and that. I can't even do nothing right now. Like, what do you mean? Because it's social credit shit. Because you never mentioned it to your kids of what was really going on, the whole current of shit that was going on. And a lot of people won't talk about it because they think it's like science fiction, like it's far-fetched, like it's out there. But it's not. It's not. It's right here in front of you. Mike Peters says, man, I love this channel and I'm not even a driver. My man is giving us all knowledge. Now I tip a lot more when I take rides, that's for sure. Appreciate that, Mike, man. And I'm pretty sure your drivers are like, man, you understanding how it works, man. Because a lot of people like Mike, you probably thinking, oh man, I just paid $24 for this ride. You don't even realize the driver's probably getting $8 or $9 out of that. And he's like, barely scraping by. And the $5 you just gave him just made his whole world light up. He's like, oh man, thank you so much. And to some people, they be like, man, it's just $5. It's not a lot. It's $5. It's the show of appreciation. That's what people really want. That little show of appreciation of thank you so much. And it, like I said, you ain't got to tip everybody $50, $100, $200. Sometimes $5 just lights people up. That shit works for me, man. It just lights people up because it lets you know, hey, man, we're appreciated. At least I was appreciated for taking that ride. It helped a little bit, get me over the profit margin a little bit. Mr. Gambit, man, you stupid. Say AI control the crusty donuts. That's right, man. And if you look, like, if people just look up how they say, there's some mantra that was out, you will own nothing and be happy. I don't know, maybe that's how it says. It says you will own nothing and be happy. That was a mantra that the World Finance Organization, the World Economic Forum or something like that came up with that a long time ago, because they're trying to push people to not own things, but to be okay with constantly paying for something. Like, you don't own it, you just constantly pay for it for the rest of your life because you're leasing it. And then instead of you maintaining it, you just return it to us and you just lease another one. And that's what it is. You don't own anything. You're going to be happy with leasing a house, leasing cars, leasing clothes, leasing whatever the fuck they got out there, just leasing shit. And that's the point that, when you give up control to a handful of people who can just push the button. Because think about rolling blackouts. If you have rolling blackouts, like we have so many times rolling blackouts, how are you going to charge a whole city of electric vehicles when you couldn't even charge a whole city with just electric houses? Like, we had all these electric houses running electricity for decades, and you're telling me we can't afford to power these houses up. These houses have been here, but now you're going to add cars to the mix and say, we can't charge your houses, so therefore we can't charge your cars now. It's like, it don't make sense to me. So how you going to have all these rolling blackouts that's electrical based, but then make everybody drive an electric car? Where's the electricity coming from? That shit it doesn't make sense to me. We already have a problem with electricity. We got a problem with power grids, infrastructures, shit like that. So now you want to control people by saying, in order for you to be able to power up your car now, because first we got rolling blackouts, we not letting you power up your house. Now we're going to have rolling blackouts. You can't power up your car, so you can't go nowhere. How are you going to get there? Somebody has control over that. They'll come get you for X amount of dollars, X amount of price. North in the Valley, what's up, lady? I was finally caught you in the chat. Finally caught you. I'm up today. No, and that's what kills me, because nobody's paying attention to what's really going on until, shit hits the fan, like what happened in Vegas. Shit hits the fan and everybody wants to jump up and be like, wait a minute. So when those drivers and those riders got together and hit the state going, wait a minute, some shit don't seem right. We've all got to have that wake up moment at some point. We've got to have that wake up moment to where you just say, stop for a second. Some shit just don't seem right. Like, the logic ain't there. If you can't charge people surge pricing and people are paying $175 for a ride, that means you're charging people surge pricing and the riders aren't getting that, the drivers aren't getting that money. Same thing in life. If we're having all these rolling blackouts and we don't have enough electricity and enough power to power shit up that we already got here, why are we adding all these new electrical components like cars and buses and trucks and shit? Where's the power coming from? Are we just gonna make extra power out of nowhere? You gotta just sometimes you gotta snap the fuck out of it and be like, what the hell's really going on? There's a level of control going on. And I'm glad that a lot of people are starting to wake up to it. Yeah. Mr. Gamer said, my wake up moment happened the minute Uber said, we're not taking 20% anymore. We're taking what we want. There you go. There you go. And Mr. Gammon, I think that happened with the upfront. Thanks, Javel. I appreciate that, brother. I appreciate the super chat. Much love and respect on that, brother. Much love and respect on that. And like Mr. Gambit was saying, man, when upfront fares hit, that's when we started going, what's going on? We thought it was pretty cool because we were like, oh man, we can see where we going. We can see how much we making. We can see this. What we didn't see was the back end. Uber charging people something that we didn't even know. Because first, I remember on my phone, I couldn't see what customers was paying no more. At first, I could see what customers was paying, what I got, blah, blah, blah. Upfront came, all that shit was only through the website. It wasn't through my app no more. So they took away the transparency of me seeing real-time shit happening. Like, oh, damn, this motherfucker just paid this much for that trip. Damn. Because they started irritating drivers with that. Drivers would be able to pull up right on their app and go, wait a minute, you paid $42 for this trip and I got $14 for this? Man, this is crazy. So Uber took that access away. You can no longer see that. And then they created upfront fares. What upfront, like I said, they started just taking what they wanted. It was like, wait a minute. So what we can do is we can just start putting money out there to see who would take these rides. Hey, we got a ride right here for you, $14. 15 miles, $14. Somebody be like, oh, that's almost $1 a mile. I'll take it. They don't even know that person just probably paid $45 for that ride. They probably paid $3 a mile for a 15-mile ride to make it a $45 fare for them, and we got $14 out of it. And Uber's like, ooh, this shit's working. This is working. You got all these high AR people out there. Oh, man, these trips are coming through way good, man. I'm getting 90 cents a mile, $1.15 a mile. But they have no idea what the customer's paying because we don't have that transparency no more within our app. We have to go onto the website, which is a whole nother walk down another path. And that's the shit they've been doing for a while. You've got to have your wake up moment to where you really start realizing something else is going on that they're not just flat out telling us. And a lot of drivers, like I said, we've been running channels, we've been running videos, we've been having a lot of chats. We've been doing a lot over the past, I think, year of drivers slowly looking at this more as a business and less as a hustle, because we're getting hustled when we don't run it like a business. When we think we out there getting, oh man, I just made $1,500, man, but it took me 70 hours. We getting hustled. You should be working this as a regular job. If you pushing 40 to 50 hours a week, that's normal. That's normal. 40 to 50 hours a week is normal. You work 5 days, 8 hours a day, or 6 days, 8 hours a day, knock yourself out. That's normal. When you have to work twice that amount, instead of 40, you pushing 76, 80 hours a week, that's not normal. No human wakes up and says, I can't wait to get my diploma because I'm going to get us 80 hour a week job when I get my diploma from high school. I'm going to be working 80 hours a week when I get out of college. I cannot wait to work 80 hours a week. Nobody says that shit. We want to be able to do something within a 40-hour span of being a normal human, spend some time enjoying life, sleeping, eating, having a hobby, hanging with friends, traveling with family. We want to do something. None of us wake up every day saying, I just want to work nonstop. How can I do that? Exactly. That's slavery, man. That's slavery. Nobody wakes up from the crack of dawn and drives till the goddamn crows come home talking about, oh, man, I can't wait to do that shit, dude. Y'all see me every week, man. I be doing 80, man. I'm putting it in. You ain't never hear no slave walk back to the barn going, oh, man, I was fucking picking the shit out of that cotton, motherfucker. I was putting it in. I did that shit from 4 a.m. to goddamn midnight. I was putting it in. No. Nobody wakes up. That's slavery. Nobody wants to do that shit. So we wake up and we say, man, I want to have a basic, put in, anywhere between 8 to 10 hours a day, because you're going to give yourself a couple of hours for breaks and shit like that. I want to put in about 8 to 10 hours and I want to hang out. I don't want to have to work 12 to 14, 16 hours a day every single day just to say I make a living. You don't make a living. Life is kicking your ass at that point. If you got to work 80 hours a week, life is kicking your ass. It's something you doing, whether in an expense category, or maybe you say, I'm only going to do this for 2 weeks. I'm going to work 80 hours a week for 2 weeks and then I'm back to normal. But nobody does that shit for 365 days. I'm going to do this shit for a year straight. I'm going to work 80 hours a week for a year straight. Nah, anything can happen within that year. You're missing a lot of opportunities of life out there. A lot of opportunities, birthdays, missing neighbors and talking to people, learning new information, coming up with a new hobby, investing into yourself into something else because you so busy that you haven't stopped to think about your own life because you so worried about making money for somebody else or making money doing something else. You haven't slowed down to think about yourself, your health, how you gonna do shit. Yeah, we all on a plantation right now, man. I tell people that. I say America's a plantation. I've said that shit before. America's a giant plantation. That's all it is. It's a giant plantation. As long as we keep working, then rich people are going to stay rich. They're going to do whatever it takes to keep poor people staying poor. They're going to jack our gas prices up. They're going to jack our food prices up, clothes prices up, rent, mortgage. They're going to jack all that shit up as high as they can because they're going to take all the money off the top. None of this shit really costs as much. We are not getting any extra benefit for any carton of eggs I'm buying. I'm not getting like extra delicious fucking eggs. These eggs could cost $7.92 because that's what they should cost. Why are they costing $19? These motherfuckers ain't extra delicious now. They're the same damn eggs. It's because somebody wants to make a higher profit. It becomes greed. Just like if I take somebody in rideshare, if I drive somebody down the street for $15, why is Uber going to turn around and say, instead of them paying $15 for the ride, I'm going to charge them $27 for the ride? It's the same ride. There's nothing different about it. It's just, you're not getting the extra benefit. Like, I'm not playing my music extra fucking loud because now you pay $27. It's the same damn music I'm playing. But people don't stop to think about that. The only difference is the people at the top start charging us more for fuel, for tires, for windows, for cleaning supplies. They start because they're eating away at the poor people. You eat away at because to us, $5 is a lot. To a rich motherfucker, $5 is nothing. So when you hear rich people talking about, oh, I can't wait, man, this economy is booming, it's going great. Yeah, for y'all it's going great because y'all getting money on the back end. Y'all getting money off the profits, off the volume of sales, off the increased margins. That's how you're living. When you're living on an increased margin like that, your life is going to be doing well. But who's paying for that margin? The poor people are paying for that margin. We're the ones who say, I used to pay $2 for this bread. Now I'm paying, $2.95, $3.15 for this bread. That small of a margin can affect somebody who don't have that much of a margin to live on. And that's why I tell people as we drive, we've got to look at our profit margins. I always say that. Look at your profit margins. Stop doing dollar a mile rides. That can be a good ride if you want to get from point A to point B, but that shouldn't be your all-day routine taking because your profit margins are way too low. That car costs money. Your life costs money. Fuel costs money. Everything costs money. So you've got to get your profit margins increased. And sometimes when we as people, especially in rideshare, when we start looking at our profit margins, the apps get scared. They get scared. Because they're going to say, oh, shit, they're really starting to not deal with the cheap shit that we was making a lot of profit on, and they're only going after what they can make profits on. So now their profit margin starts getting smaller and smaller because we ain't driving for the dollar a mile shit, 50 cent a mile shit. We're not doing that because they've been banking on those upgraded those upcharge rides. We're looking for the better rides, short rides, 3 miles, $12. 4 miles, $20. We're doing that shit. We're not doing the, 15 miles for $10, 26 miles for $18. We're not doing that. Oh, Mark, man, hey, it's all love, brother, man. I'm always trying to look out for people, especially in a financial sense, because it's just who I am, man. It's who I am. I've always been a financial person. So when I sit and I did it for all the rich people, helping rich people stay rich and doing financial statements and everything else, at some point, you have to say, I can use my brain for something else. I don't have to use my brain because my brain, it was doing okay. I was doing okay for myself, but I wasn't doing okay for everybody else. Like there's only so many people in the casino that are making really, really good money, but people have to run the casino, the housekeepers, you got the engineers, you got the chefs and the cooks and the waitresses. You got way more of them than you have of us. So at some point you have to say, we need to stop worrying about us so fucking much and start worrying about other fucking people. Because this world is run by a lot of people, and the people usually doing the work are not the ones getting the benefit of the money. They're not. It's just how shit is because of greed. People who have greed. And at some point, when your heart can't take that shit no more, that's why I walked away from corporate America. Your heart can't take that shit no more because I lived in my neighborhoods. I'm at Walmart seeing families of motherfuckers. Hey, Mr. Watts, what's good? What's good? Oh, man, you seeing somebody with 3-4 kids and shit, this and that. And his wife probably just got laid off from another hotel and this and that. I mean, you're seeing life. You go to the basketball courts, you seeing motherfuckers that work in the mail room and you seeing people working in engineering. You seeing life. So to me, these employees ain't just numbers of fucking people. These are people that I see in the community because I live in the communities I work in. And I'm not scared to go outside. I'm always outside. So when you start seeing these are the people in the boardrooms that they're cutting jobs from, they're cutting salaries from, they're refusing to give bonuses to, but they giving bonuses to all these motherfuckers behind me. It's only like probably 30 of y'all in executive. It's only 30. So why the fuck are we all getting bonuses, but we got 3,000 and ain't getting shit? It's greed. It comes to the point of greed. And you can't just drive around your neighborhood no more looking at these fucking people. You can't play games with, you can't be balling with them, playing on their fucking city leagues and shit like that. Hey, Jeff, you gonna play on city league with us this year? Yeah, I'll play on city league with y'all this year. At some point, you become more humane and human with people and you just stop being corporate because you start realizing what life is about. Played on a lot of city leagues, got second place, won a city league, won 3 flag football championships for the Hard Rock Cafe, won for them 3 years in a row. Like I said, you start hanging with all these people and being with all these people, you start realizing we're just people. All this shit that's going on in these boardrooms is a lot of fuckery. And that's what Uber and them be doing. It's a lot of fuckery they got going on. And they need to stop. Yeah, exactly. You stop making money for management, start making it for yourself. And if these people in these boardrooms, that's why they like these young executives coming fresh out of college. I was a young exec, 24, 25 years old, fresh out of college, fresh with a degree. I was hungry, love seeing my little nameplate on the door and shit. They love idiots like that. I was the biggest fucking idiot. And I'm thinking, oh man, I can't wait. Oh, I got a job and I'm renting cool houses and shit, buying all these fucking cars, got more cars in my garage than I can even fucking drive. For what? So I can take the fall for ripping all these fucking people off that work at these places. That's what it was for. They are all the upper executives on vacation doing fun shit. They're at business meetings. They're all over the fucking place. And we're in there doing financials. Well, Jeff, we need to get that number up. How do we get that number up? I don't know, because we cut expenses everywhere else. Well, what about employment? Can we cut some people? And that's when you start realizing these motherfuckers don't care. They don't care. These people are having kids, fucking happy to buy houses, buying new cars and shit, paying tuition for their kids. And we in the boardroom talking about cutting these motherfuckers so we can have a better bonus this year. These motherfuckers don't care. And I'm from that line of work. I'm from that aspect of life. I've seen it. I've done it. Most of my life, I have been in corporate. Most of my life. Most of my life, I have not driven rideshare. It's only 4 years doing this shit. So to me, this is new. This side of the equation is new. Rolling with people is new. My other side of was the ones doing all the financials, thinking that my brain was used to create fucking higher numbers for corporate so corporate can continue to exist. Corporate has to learn you can exist, but you can't shit on people to get there. Existing and shitting on people just to get there is not a real good existence. And you find that shit in casino a lot. Motherfuckers losing their houses at the craps table, losing their rent, losing everything, losing their car on the crap table. You can't exist if you're shitting on people. It's a bad existence. And at some point, you got to say, you know what? I'm just done with this. I think this is my last year doing accounting. I think I'm done with it. But I wasn't done doing accounting. I was done doing corporate accounting because I still do accounting for my own household. I do accounting in my videos when I'm chatting with y'all. I know it's a weird way to fucking put it because I'll be, talking shit and everything else, but I'm doing accounting through the way I drive and the way I talk and the way I break shit down and analyze profit margins and why I will and won't take rides. So I'm still doing accounting, but it's not from a corporate standpoint where I'm doing financial statements and showing you guys sheets of shit and we have in meetings. We're doing real-time accounting. We're doing fast math. We're doing shit that makes sense, common sense accounting. Every time we drop a new video, every time we see in the comments, guys saying, oh, I did this day, I did this type of ride, I did 2 of these in an hour, I did this. It's always some driver out there dropping accounting knowledge right in these comments. And that's why I love going through the comments and reading it, because these levels of accounting can be replicated in certain markets. Not all markets, but in certain markets, they can be replicated. And if we could do that, that's how we beat the apps. Because right now, like I said, Las Vegas, these motherfuckers out there right now arguing with the apps. They out there fighting and protesting, and we got to support them somehow because we trying to beat the apps too. It ain't driver versus driver. It's not, oh, I want to be a king of drivers. I want to be the best driver out there. No, I just want to be a driver that makes it able to take care of my family. That's it. I can give a fuck less about being the most, profitable, most advanced, most highest paid driver out there. That's not my concern. My concern is making sure I don't see a motherfucking tow truck pull up to my shit on Wednesday, driving the motherfucker off because I couldn't pay for it. That's my only concern. If a tow truck don't come take my shit. If the bank don't send me a foreclosure and say, hey, man, you ain't paid mortgage in a couple of months, Jeff. You sure you can afford that place? That's my only concern. All the fame, all the clout chasing, all that shit, that's not of my concern. To me, that's kid shit. That shit when you don't have nothing going on in real life, you jump on the motherfucking internet and start clout chasing. I don't give a fuck about clout chasing. I'm looking for a tow truck coming down my street. That's more important to me than chasing fucking clout. Because if a tow truck is coming and this motherfucker's aiming at my car, maybe the bank made a mistake and didn't apply my fucking payment. So I'm gonna stand next to my car and start making fucking phone calls. That's my concern. All this other shit is not of my concern. Like I said, I keep it 100, man. I keep it real. And a lot of people can't take my presentation. A lot of people can't take the way I talk. That's cool. I'm not meant for every fucking body. I'm really not. And I know everybody's not meant for me. But we can at least sit up here and we can talk and we get the point across. And we can do the best we can do every day when we wake up. And we don't do the worst we can do. Because I know motherfuckers do the worst they can do. You've seen the worst people can do. When you see a motherfucker walk into a school, shoot up a bunch of fucking kids. That's the worst thing they could have did with that day. You see motherfuckers walk into a store, rob a fucking store, carjack some fucking body. That's the worst shit they could have possibly done with that day. The absolute worst shit. I know we can easily do the worst fucking thing, but it's very hard to do the best thing. Everybody ain't gonna do their best when they wake up. So I make sure I'm one of those motherfuckers that wake up and do my best. I'm like, this today, I can do the best I can do. I'm not gonna destroy anybody, not gonna harm nobody. Just gonna wake up, do the best we can do. Yeah. That's right, child. You're right, brothers. I do rideshare so you can spend more time with my kid. That's right. And people don't realize how important that is. How important, because like I said, when my sons were first born, I was in corporate. Both of my sons were born, I was in corporate. These kids were in my office and in daycare more than they were at my house. How fucking sad is that? My kid used to sit at a big ass computer playing solitaire and computer games and shit while I finished financials in the next fucking office because I would have to rush to get his ass from daycare before it closed at 5, bring him right back to my fucking office, and we sit there till like 10 or 11, order some food while he's up in there. He'd eat dinner at the casino and shit. Then after that, I go home, we go to sleep, wake up the next day, I drop him off at fucking daycare first thing in the morning. But he was staying with me 1 week a month, and that was his life. Wake up, go to daycare. Dad will come pick me from daycare at 5. We go back to his office. We stay in the office till 10. Then we repeat that shit all the way until mom takes me back up to Utah. People don't understand how important it is to not have to fucking drag your kid to fucking work and drag your kid around to live an adult life, to actually stop and to be a kid with your kid, to be at home with your kid. Let them live their experience. This kid don't need to be doing no financials. He don't need to be riding up and down fucking elevators, walking in and out of offices. Dev, my youngest, that motherfucker, he was up in the Ainsworth. Ainsworth is the bar inside of the Hard Rock. Kids ain't supposed to be in bars. I got him in bars and nightclubs and shit, doing financial statements, doing reports and shit. It's like you don't make a kid live an adult's life because you ain't stopped to think more about your kid than about yourself. At some point, you got to say, this shit ain't working out for me. This shit ain't working out for my kids because my kids shouldn't have to be sitting. Like we had a meeting with the FBI one year at American Wagering. That was Leroy Sportsbook before they became William Hill Gaming. My kid was about 2 years old. 2 years old. His daycare, the babysitter didn't wake up. I was at her gate. Her name's Stephanie. She'll tell you she's on my fucking Instagram. She'll tell you this shit is 100% real. She was on my Instagram. She's on my Instagram now. She did not wake up. She was asleep. And I was ringing the thing so she could open her gate. She didn't open her gate. I had to take this kid to an FBI meeting with me. So he sat there calm as shit. And everybody's like, man, he's the coolest kid. He's just sitting there the whole time. I'm like, he's just chilling. He's just chilling. Because of the FBI, we go over black books. We go over all the new cheats, the casino cheats. We go over all the sports book shit. We go over everything. We meet with the FBI. And this kid sat there right in the chair. My boss, Melody, at the time, she was like, oh, Dev, they was giving him candy and shit in the meeting and everything. This kid should not have to go through that shit. He shouldn't have to go through that. He's 2 years old. What the fuck is he doing sitting in a corporate meeting? He's 2. He should be doing kid shit, playing with kids, playing with toys, eating fucking snacks and shit. And that's, me and Stephanie, we kind of had it out, about her falling asleep and me getting upset. But it's not her fault. She had kids herself. She had 2 kids herself. And she was watching my son and I was paying her. So it was like, I was so upset at my life and about her sleeping, about me having to take this kid. I was upset and I pulled him from daycare from her when even to this day, she'll tell you, I apologize about that shit. I shouldn't have did that. But I was upset because my kid had to come to a meeting when he should have been at daycare. It wasn't her fault. This lady, she had another kid she was watching too. And that mom was like a deadbeat mom. She would leave her daughter there for hours on end. It would be nighttime when I come pick up Dev. That kid would still be there. I'm like, she's like, yeah, I called her. She ain't answering her phone or nothing. And not even pay this lady for watching them kids that long. And I even paid Stephanie for holidays. Like I said, she's on my Instagram. Her name's Stephanie Fiera. You can hit her up, be like, yeah, Jeff even paid me for holidays. Even on days that I didn't watch his kid. Jeff was paying me for days I didn't watch his kid because that was her job. And I paid her for days she didn't, because I bought my spot. So Even if I needed her on a holiday, that was our daycare lady. So I would pay her. Here you go. Here's money for the day. Even if he didn't come to you, here's money. If I had to take him for a half day, I would pay her for a full day because that was her job. Like I said, she's on my IG. She'll tell you all the shit I'm saying is real. I don't lie to nobody about no shit. But so when you say, you do this shit for your kids, trust me, I'm a motherfucker that knows. Kids are no joke. Kids are no joke. They have a life. They do exist. They are not pets. They are not toys. They exist. When your ass ain't around, it will show up later in life. When they say, well, you was never around. Yeah, if your kid like you, he cool. Yeah, exactly. It says, Mr. Gam says, trust me, Jeff, when I was raising my boys, I was building 15 computer systems per day. They were right beside me, calling around the floor. Parents got to do it. Parents got, man, you right. You right, brother. A lot of people ain't walk that walk, man. Especially when you're a male and you're expected to put your kids on a back burner for the success of your job. And a lot of us wouldn't do that. We like, nah, man, I'm not putting my kid on the back burner for this shit. And you got a lot of dads out there, man. I hit these streets. I'll be running these streets. I ain't got time. Motherfuckers ain't seen their kids in years. I'm out here making this money. I'm making this money. But you still renting a car, but you making this money. What are you talking about? A lot of men won't do that. A lot of men will not. And that's why rideshare allows us to take a day off, take some time off, take a week off. Like when I had to go take my kid that motorcycle that one time, I took a whole week off, drove my ass up to fucking Utah, motorcycle and everything, towed that motherfucker all the way up there. Rideshare allows you to do that. Rideshare is a good career when it's done without greedy people running the shit. When you got greedy people running the shit, this can be a very frustrating career path to choose because all you're doing is trying to make enough money so you don't see a fucking tow truck towing your shit away one day. That's it. You trying to make enough money so you don't get a knock on the door from the landlord saying, hey, man, rent has been late, 4 months in a row. What's going on? But yet we got these corporate execs walking around $3-4 million bonuses and shit like they doing something big. Drivers are a part of your company. If your drivers are not doing well, then your company is not doing well. Fuck what they talking about. They want to sit around and pat themselves on the back for a job well done and all these investor meetings and these stockholder meetings and shit. But why don't you come talk to the drivers that actually make this company go? When you talk to the drivers that make this company go, they will let you know whether or not your shit's solid or not. Because there's a lot of drivers out there struggling right now. And you got a lot of motherfucking executives patting themselves on the back right now, buying fucking yachts, leasing goddamn Manhattan fucking condos and shit. It's backwards, man. It's the greed makes it all fucking backwards. And so I'm glad the ones in Las Vegas is like, you know what? We're done with the bullshit. The greed was too apparent during this concert. Somebody's got to wake up and call that shit out one day, man. Somebody's got to call it out. Yeah, Klaus says, plus I feel like it's the car attrition. Whose Uber car breaks down first? How many times I picked up an Uber driver whose car broke down? Right. Oh, I picked up a lot of Uber drivers, man. I even helped them. I had to go tow one lady's car. I picked her up in the Beamer. Then I had to come home and I took my Jeep to go back to tow her car with my Jeep because her car wouldn't go. So I had to tow her car with my Jeep back to the shop down the street from her house. I really did that shit for an Uber driver. She was the delivery lady. And I dropped her off. Her little car was sitting, a little Chevy Cobalt was sitting there broken down. They just put a fuel pump on that motherfucker and they didn't do it right because I tested it for it right there on the spot. And I said, your fuel pump's not engaging. And so when I came all the way back home, got my Jeep, took her ass all the way in. She was right in Mesa. Took her all the way to the shop, dropped her car off at the shop after towing it with my Jeep. The next day she texts me. She says, yep, the fuel pump went out. The one they just put on went out. I was like, I know it because I know how to test fuel pumps. Then she bought me some chicken fingers. She's like, I'll buy you something to eat. What do you want? I said, I don't know. Chicken fingers, motherfucker. That's it. And that was it. She didn't have to pay me no money. Hey, hook me up with some chicken fingers. I'll be out in these streets all the fucking time. And that's it. And that's how we take care of other drivers, you know what I'm saying? And we see drivers' car breaking down. So what do? We help out, man. We help out. Shit. The best we can. Mark said, I remember as a kid, I walked to my mom's job and sat on her desk until she got off until I got big enough to stay home. Yep. Mark, that's where we come from. That's where we come from. I remember my mom, she used to work at, when we lived in Memphis, she worked at Holiday Inn at the riverfront. And she would take us to work every once in a while. Thanks, Mary Poppins. I appreciate that. Appreciate it. And she worked at Holiday Inn at the riverfront. She'd take us to work every once in a while, and we just take the bus. So we get the bus and we get down to her job, and she'd be like, y'all sit here. Don't mess with nothing. Don't tear nothing up. Man, we be eating candy, chocolate, watermelon. We be tearing shit up at the Holiday Inn. And it was right on the river. Holiday Inn to the riverfront. And I mean, man, and we went to one of her holiday parties one time, and everybody was like, "Oh, I remember this kid." Because I used to go there all the time and eat all the candy and shit. It was like, yep. Sometimes, hey, we make it do what it do, man. And sometimes you got to take your kids to work with you. I get it. I get it. Look, trust me, if you haven't got at least 2 people calling you each year to give you a jump start as an Uber driver, easy $25 fee, and give you 20 for the jump, you get a $5 cancellation fee. Hey, I'm telling you, man, that's some smart shit. That's smart shit. I like that, Mr. Gambit, man. That actually could work right there. I know my man Drew down in Austin. He does like roadside assistance, but that's something his ass could probably get on, man. That's a smart ass play right there. So the Uber driver can call you there, you get the $20 for the jump, plus you get a $5 cancellation fee. Man, that's a lot cheaper than them sitting there and losing money at least. And me, if it's something that I can test right on the spot, whether or not the alternator is kicking out, and normally if you can give them a jump and they can get back on the road, it's just a bad battery. That's all it is. So all they got to do is get their ass over to AutoZone or Walmart to get another one. But that right there, man, that's a good play right there. That's a good play. He says, "Hey, we Portugal know how to bring kids to parties." That's right. Hey, if you from Portugal, Brazil, Spain, all that, hey, you bringing your kids to the party, man. The kids are part of the party. Off the handle said, "I used pandemic unemployment income to rent a car on hire car. Had a Prius for 6 months, $33.50 a week. Got the stats expenses and bought 2000 Camry that's done 5,000 deliveries so far. Bootstrapped that unemployment." That's right, man. And you got a 2007 Camry. I'm gonna tell you about the 2007s. Anywhere between 2002 2007, like Hondas, Toyotas, all those are the kind of cars I look for, because I'm thinking about buying my son like a 05 Camry or a Honda Civic or something like that, Honda Accord. Those are the years of the strong motors. Those motors don't blow. The head gases don't blow, nothing. Those are the ones that will go forever. So it's like, and I told my son, he even hit me up one day, my 15-year-old, he was like, "Dad, I think I only get like a 05 Honda Accord." He was telling me some car. I was like, that's right. Because we don't buy new shit, because I know how new shit works. New shit is made for service, because people make money on the comeback. It's way too electrical, way too much shit going on. You start getting these older cars, man, you make bank with those, and they never break down. They never break down. So that's why I like those old ones. Oh, yeah, I keep a jump pack in the car, Mr. Gambit. I keep one in the car, man. You know, that's the thing. Those tow trucks do charge big money. I mean, when I see them tow trucks out, man, they be all through like Tempe, where all those students are, because students don't know how to work on cars. So these students be out of so much money getting their cars towed to shops, getting their cars. Like the one girl that I had to tow hers with my Jeep, she was like young, like student age. And it was like maybe a mile and a half from her house. So it was easy. She was in her car steering it while I was just pulling it with the Jeep with straps. It was an easy pull. But it's like, otherwise, they'd be like 75, 80 bucks to go like a mile, because they got their hookup fee, then they got their per mile fee and all that shit. Come down 75, 80 bucks and you ain't even going nowhere. Man, they make a killing on that. So I like what you're talking about. You get 25 bucks just for giving somebody a jump. That's smart thinking right there. We have to make a video about that called Mr. Gambit's Hack. The Gambit Hack, baby. Shit, everybody needs to start doing that shit. Call an Uber, get a jump that way. You get the cancel fee and the 20 bucks, save yourself $50. I like that, man. So what is 2:00 right now? Does anybody know exactly how that protest is going out in Vegas? Because like I said, I got it on a different screen right now. I could pull it up on another one, but you know me. My ass, I'm not technologically literate. I'll fucking do some shit and shut the live down. You're like, where'd he go? I'm like, man, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. That's why I won't even use StreamYard. I was trying to use StreamYard last week. It was way too technical. I was like, it's a lot of shit going on. I see everybody using StreamYard, but I have no idea what StreamYard is all about. So I said, nah, I'm cool. Go back to YouTube. Do it through YouTube. Yeah. This is 99 to 06 and 07 Toyota and Honda made tanks, fuel sipping tanks. Yeah, exactly. So Javel says, I'm in Vegas. I'm not tapped in with it. I'm only been driving a month. Well, Javel, man, I hope you out there doing high profit rides, man. Do as many short rides as you can. Anything you can get $2, $3 a mile for, because this is the way I put it. Now, tell everybody just from a mileage standpoint. If you're saying, hey, I want to make $80,000 a year, well, if you drive $1 a mile, then you're going to have to drive 80,000 miles to get there. But if you say, I'm going to make sure every trip I do for the next 12 months is $2 a mile, you only got to drive 40,000 miles to get there. Now, if you say, I only want to drive anything that's $4 or more per mile, 4 or more. I want my average to be 4 or more. You only got to drive 20,000 miles that year to make $80,000. That's it. So you got a lot of people out there driving $1 a mile, having to go 80,000 miles just to make 80,000 bucks. And yet you sitting there driving 20,000 because you're just kicking everything out except anything that's $4 or more. And you can really do that because once you start getting surge, tips, streaks, quests, challenges, and shit like that, you can easily get $4 more per trip, easily. Because sometimes a lot of the challenges might pay you an extra $2 to $3 per trip if you say, hey, you do 50 trips and you get $150. So that means each trip already has $3 added on to it. So what you want to do is make sure all those trips are very short because you're only getting $3. That's it. You're not getting $10 a trip. So if you keep those trips shorter, if you're doing like, let's say a 2-mile trip and you want to make it, $4 a mile, then all you need is the $8 from that. You're getting 3 from the app already for that challenge you're doing. So really all you need is 5. If the ride is like $4 or $5, do it. Because now you're getting your $4 a mile average and you do that shit all year. It's going to be hard discipline because some of these rides, man, I got videos showing, $100 for 50 miles, but it's like, I got to come all the way back. And it ends up being like $1 a mile in 2 hours of my time and I'm making like nothing. So I'm like, yeah, I'm not doing that. Nope, not doing it. So you want to sit there and you want to kind of do the shorter trips to where you don't have to go that far to make a higher profit margin. When you start driving further and further, your profit margin gets smaller and smaller because these apps are not paying you $2, $3 a mile for 20, 30-mile trips. They're not going to give you $60 if you drive 30 miles. No, if you drive 30 miles, you're going to get like $32, $28 to $32. That's what you're going to get. You're not getting 60. So you might as well save that fuel, do shorter trips all night. Stay in some area where you can stay real busy, like UNLV, go by any hospital because most hospitals, people are getting short trips. They won't tip you, but the trips are usually short. And you just bang them things out, man. You start banging them out. Because some nights I'll do 14, 15 trips, and each of my trips are banging out almost $20. I'm like, damn, I just made $300, and I ain't doing them like 15, 20 trips. This is crazy. Because it's short. You just keep them short, keep them profit margins higher and higher, and you get a lot of the hang time. So you can kick back and relax for a second, kind of get your bearings back from your last, clean your car a little bit, wipe it down. Couple of trips pop up, decline them out. Then you'll see some come through $12 for 4 miles. That's your trip right there. That's your trip. Like, oh, time to go. Yeah, exactly. Off the handles. Yesterday, Uber Eats was like $2.50 for 7 miles. No. Then a minute later, $12 for 2 miles. Deal. See, that's it, man. You got to wait. You got to wait. And some people hop on that shit too early. And y'all see me in my videos. I'll let some shit go. And I'm like, yep, I'll do that one. It'll be like $6 for like a mile. I'm like, yep, I'll do that one. Because I just kicked out $17 for like, 18 miles. I didn't do that one. If you don't wait, if you jump on something too quick, the opportunity cost, something I talk about a lot, opportunity cost. That's what it is, man. And you got to learn about that. If you give up your opportunity for taking a shit trip or a delivery, you're going to miss what's coming down the pipe because you helped sold up with that. And you like, damn, you hearing people making good money, not doing that many trips, doing it because the opportunity cost. They're not taking shit trips. They're just kicking them out. And these, like I said, and these apps, they ain't suffering. If we kick out the bullshit, they not going to suffer. They just won't make high profits like they've been making. Because somebody told me the other day, Uber just turned the first profit that they've made in years. The first profit ever they just made. They turned a profit. Now, how did they go and do that? Going from being not profitable, like deep in a hole to profitable all of a sudden. Well, we know our tips ain't coming through. That's going to be part of it. And then the percentages that they're retaining from our trips, that could be part of it. So, excuse me, if we know that they're not giving us a higher percentage of these trips, then we need to fight on our end. And we need to say, I'm not doing any trip that's worth this much money, not doing it. If it's not $2, $3, $4 a mile, at least minimum, I'm not touching it. This whole dollar minimum shit, that worked a long time ago. It don't work now. Prices are higher on everything we touch, whether it's rent or anything else. You cannot drive 80,000 miles to make $80,000. That's way too fucking many miles, way too many miles. So you got to say, I need to move my average up. My average need to be $250 a mile, just for 1 mile, $250. And if you need to do something under that, make sure it's to an area that's pretty busy. So you say, hey, I need to do a trip from downtown to Tempe. All right, it's like $1.10 a mile. Fuck it. I'm trying to go to Tempe anyway. I don't want to take my own gas. Go to Tempe, pick that area for like 2-3 hours. Just pick it with all short rides. If you need to go back, then take $1 a mile ride back. But don't be like, ooh, $1 a mile all night, $1 a mile all night. You ain't getting nowhere. You're going to be right at the gas station at the end of the night, pumping your shit back in your tank. Because me, every 3-4 nights, I'm at the gas station. I don't do it every night. When I was driving a Jeep, I did it every night because I didn't know what I was doing. I was fresh. I was new to YouTube. I was new to rideshare. I had nobody was telling us how to do this shit profit-wise. Everybody was saying, just get out there, drive. Start at 4:30 in the morning, drive till midnight every day. Just take every ride. Keep your AR high. Get in all the programs. Get the free motherfucking hot dogs and shit they be giving you in the app and all that. No, that has nothing to do with business. It's a whole bunch of fuckery. It has nothing to do with business. So you got to say, this is how you do business. You sit down, you analyze each transaction as a standard of what you want, what you think you deserve. And if you think you deserve 50 cents a mile, fucking take 50 cents a mile if you think you deserve it. But I think I deserve better. So I'm like, hey, I'm not taking no low ass trip. And at some point, they're going to stop sending you low trips because they're tired of you kicking them out. And they're going to start sending you better trips. Because you see how on my videos, the trips I get, you only see a few of them being shitty. Then I just turn the app off. But the next time I turn the app back on, it's all good shit. My AR, I was down to like 20% AR. I'm up to almost 40% AR on my latest video. And that's just me just turning my app off, not being bothered with they. They be like, I'm not gonna sit here and let y'all beat me up with shit trips all day. I just turn that shit off. Start drive Lyft, take the night off, do something. So when I do go back online, they're like, dude, give him better trips because he's gonna turn his app off and go home. Give him better trips. These apps ain't stupid, man. That's right, Wes. I mean, Steve, you said I'm inside of a surge right now. I ain't caving, man. If you don't put that filter on and put a little 5-mile filter on, just keep going in circles. Keep going in circles. That's it. Just pick the shit out of that surge, man. Double and triple up on that surge. It's all free money, man. It's all free money. What Mark says, Mary Poppins, all are falling in line with the BMW, Mercedes, make expensive maintenance, heavy plastic cars, plastic melts and breaks. Yep. And that's all these cars are turning out to be, man. They all got these really lightweight aluminum bodies. They're hollow aluminum bodies instead of steel and everything. And then they're putting plastic around everything. Like your doors are plastic, your bumpers, nothing's fiberglass. It's all that mold plastic. So they can easily take it off, take it back on. So when your car get hit, it totals your car out because it's all flimsy shit. And you got an aluminum frame that they don't want to bend back in place. So every time you get a car hit, it's like, oh, fuck, got to go replace the car. Why? Because it's way too much for us to replace all this cheap shit versus you just going out and getting another car. They're all plastic now, plastic and hollow aluminum. And they got a lot of cool technology in them, a lot of wiring, shit like that. But yeah, they're not solid. You hit me with a big ass fucking Delta 98, man, this motherfucking car gonna cave. Like, you hit me with an old school car, this car gonna get collapsed. Shit. How you lose a surge, man? You already know how we do. Steve, man, you gotta send me a message, man. Send me a message. I'm gonna Harriet Tubman your ass how to keep that surge. We're gonna Harriet Tubman your ass. They sent you a surge alert. He's like, man, I'm at home drinking. Fuck this shit. Hey, we need to Harriet Tubman Steve at Weber's Party Rentals. We need to teach him how to keep the surge on Uber and Lyft. Somebody taught me. All I do is message that shit to people. Email me, hey, man, you say you know how to keep the surge. I'm like, this is what you do. I tell people, keep that shit off the internet. If you need to know, just send me a message. UberJeepAZ at gmail.com. Just send me a message, and I'll tell you what was told to me. And I'm going to tell you right now, the shit hasn't failed yet. That's all I know. The shit hasn't failed yet. I won't ever say what I do online because if you tell the engineers what's going on, they might patch that shit up. I don't want them to do that. But if you want to know how we do it, hey, UberJeepAZ at gmail.com. Be like, hey, oh yeah, Lyft's got a different trick. Somebody told me that one too because I was getting my ass kicked. They saw my videos. I was getting my ass kicked. And they was like, dude, you don't know how to do that? I was like, no. It was like, man, motherfuckers emailed me. I tried that shit. I was like, wow. I've been doing this shit this long, losing all of these surges, all this free money, getting my ass handed to me. And it was a way to not be able to. I'm like, man. So now, of course, I'm like, shit, I want everybody else to do it, man. Yeah, email me. I'm telling you, man, there is a way to do it on both apps. And like I said, I don't know who figured it out, but somebody figured that shit out. And they let me know. And I'm like, hey, if a motherfucker out there starving and you want to know how to keep your money, this is it. Yes, Invisible Ranch. This is it. This is the new setup. I got the new boom. I don't know. It's called like a X Tech boom. And I got the Shure MV7. And I tell people all the time, man, it's like, hey, this little setup hopefully can stand the test of time, because I do some long ass presentations, I do some long ass lives, and I'm not using a soundboard anymore. This MV7 plugs directly into USB, and all the software controls it within the computer or whatever. So you don't got to use a soundboard anymore. How cool is that? Saving money. Hey, I've been researching the shit out of microphones. I finally got something I think I can handle. I appreciate it, Invisible Ranch. I appreciate it. This has got to have a second phone, text only. Chowder said that shit. Second phone, text only. Yeah, exactly. Yep, the USB world we live in, and everything goes straight USB right into some software, and the software controls the microphone, so you can do whatever you want to do with it. Or you can like run these panels on the top right there where these little levels are. I don't touch it. I ain't worried about that. So Novice Best says, bro, if Liv used different trick, why didn't you include that in the email? I just found out about the lift trick. Shoot, man, I'm telling you, because somebody saw my videos. They was like, dude, in your video. So some people who hit me on Gmail, I told them about the lift thing because I found out about it. But the original people, because somebody was like, dude, you're not doing it right on lift. You shouldn't be doing that. And I'm like, what are you talking about? So they sent me some. I was like, cool, appreciate it. And I was like, man. Yeah, short rides do work. 6 rides, $55. That's it, David, man. 6 quick rides, $55. You probably didn't use no gas. You probably drove about 18 miles, 18 to 20 miles to make that $55. And there's no app out there that's going to give you $55 for a 20-mile ride. They just won't do it. So you got to create that 20-mile ride for $55 through doing it how you do. Doing those short and sweet. Get out there and get it. I still have that capture card for you. I'll lessen the load on your equipment. Hey, the capture card. That's what's up. Man, I love it, brother. I love it. So, yeah, a lot of people out here, man, where we just promote, high profits. That's it. We got people out in Vegas right now going nuts because they got played in the concert like we got played in Phoenix. But it's funny because nobody in Phoenix decided to stand up. We didn't. See, 21 miles, man. That's it. That's how you do it, brother. 21. Ain't nobody paying, no $55 for 21 miles. Shoot, that's money right there. Almost an hour, $55 an hour. And doing quick shit, real quick rides. But yeah, nobody in Phoenix decided to stand up for what happened to us during the Taylor Swift or during the damn Beyonce. So to see Vegas actually stand up and do it, I'm like, man, that's pretty crazy. All right, Javier, I'm going to check it out, man. When I get up this live, I'll check it out. And I'm like, I'm happy to see somebody actually standing up and trying to get the state involved in like a real way, to where it moved Uber to say, we're going to give y'all ass some refunds then, because we see exactly what because they don't want to be fined, because they knew exactly what they did and they got caught. They don't want to see a big, legislative fine for cheating the system when they knew what they were. Oh, it was a technical glitch. Well, if it was a technical glitch, you could have probably fixed that shit the night of the concert or the night, because I know they saw the money rolling in. They was like, damn, these trips are paying us a whole lot. What the hell's going on? These trips are banking, because it was not a glitch. It was no technical glitch that happened. They set that shit up and they just didn't think it was going to backfire on them. So that shit backfired. Oh, yeah. The Drake concert tonight, too. Okay. And the Drake concert, that's in Vegas, right? Because I know we had a 50 Cent concert that was supposed to be out here the other night. Juan Vargas was telling me about it, but then 50 Cent canceled because he was like, nah, forget that. I'm off. Okay, cool. Man, I hope Uber and Lyft pay, man. I swear to God, because all that traffic out there for the amount of money they paying is ridiculous. Yeah, 50 Cent, cool. You out in Vegas? Yeah, I'm in Vegas every once in a while. I got to get back out there this fall when the weather kind of cools down a little bit. Yeah. And what Off the Handle said, 2 phones is crucial. I treat the Uber phone like a hot potato. They love to pop garbage trips under your thumb while touching. Should be swiped to accept. Yep. And Off the Handle, somebody has swipe to accept. I think California has some swipe to accept on Uber, because somebody sent me a screenshot and theirs has the swipe to accept. They don't do everybody's like that. So they still messing with us. And I'm like you. I don't touch that screen. I'll wait a minute. I'll look and I'll see if they're going to send something. And I'll be real quick with it. Like, nope. What up, Charmander? My man's in the house. Yeah, and I'm like, nah, yeah, you gotta move that shit, because I think California has a swipe. So now we can actually swipe it and everything. And man, we still touch. Anywhere you touch on the screen, you just accepted that damn trip. You're like, wait a minute, I didn't mean that. And that's why I think they allow us to have a high cancel rate, because I had like 31% cancellation at one point. I was accepting shit by accident all the time. Just like, damn, what the fuck? Oh shit. Out. This 50 Cent threw a bike in the crowd the other night and it smashed this girl right in the head. Looking up his nuts. No, he didn't. No, he didn't, man. 50 Cent hit up, man. That girl finna be rich. What the hell? He throw a microphone in the man? He's stupid. What up, Levi? Why did he throw a microphone in the crowd? Was somebody throwing something at him? Man. Hey, Tony says, I'm in the process of registering my test driver with Tesla with Colorado PUC so I can get Uber Black and private clients. Oh, okay. There you go. It's like I said, if you can get your own insurance, your chauffeur insurance and stuff like that, dude, you can make money out, especially in Colorado, man. Because y'all have some big parties out there. Mile High City always got something going on, especially when football season starts, man. Private clients. Because I don't even do stadium traffic. I do not go out there. No, man. So many accidental trips accepted definitely makes the cancellation rate go. Yeah, my cancellation was 31%. And then I started just turning my app off because I'm tired of that shit, man. I'm tired of like moving things around, trying to go to another screen, trying to do stuff on Lyft, and Uber will send me a trip and I'll make a mistake and hit it. And I'm like, man, turn that shit off. Just turn Uber completely off. Now I can operate on my phone. Otherwise, like you said, you need a second phone, man. With Uber, you need to have your own, it needs its own like little world. Because that shit, you will sit up there and be doing some stuff on Lyft. Like when I got my double phones running, man, excuse me, every time they do it, boop, I'm like, okay, so now I got a Lyft trip accepted and I got an Uber trip. And I don't even know what I accepted on Uber. So I got to go through, cancel it real quick before they stick me with it. And I'm like, because they don't have that slide bar, man. They don't got it. I was in the 80s before the cancellation rate, but never even got a warning. So you were in the 80% cancellations. What the hell? Dude, you've been touching the hell out of that phone. Boop, boop. Yeah. 27% is high too. I think I'm down to 13% now because I started turning my phone off. Because they kept handing him broken microphones and he got pissed and threw it in the crowd while G was on stage. Man, that's funny shit. That's funny shit. That's funny. They threw him a fucking, they gave him a busted microphone. Hey, he was having my issues and shit. You keep getting busted microphones, you be like, I can't do, you need a professional microphone, motherfucker, with the 2 V's. God damn it. Shit. Oh, you can turn off bring the front for the Uber screen. Yeah, I might start doing that because a lot of times I want to see the actual route with Uber. Because with Lyft, I can touch the thing and it'll open up Lyft and show me where the route is before I even accept it. With Uber, if you got bring the front and they're sending you a ride, you can't go back. You can't go see where the route is. You just see the time, the destination, the money, but you can't go back into the app. You have to accept it from right there. Hate that, man. So maybe I can just turn off that bring the front and maybe it'll let me open up the app to see what exactly is going on. So I'll probably turn that shit. I'm going to try that because I'm going to get out today for a little bit. Is what, 218? I'm going to go check on that damn Las Vegas protest to see what's going on with that. Because, man, I really hope the legislature does something about these concerts and about how these people are being charged all of this money and how drivers aren't being paid anything. Because if y'all look at my video for when Beyonce was in town, they weren't giving me no rides around town because they were forcing me to go to the concert because that's where they were going to make all their money at. And I'm sitting there way away. I'm driving. I'm all over the place. I'm sitting. I'm chilling at gas stations. I'm all over the place. They ain't giving me nothing. Nothing. He says, yo, go live on your phone. I don't know, man. I got this. I got a Samsung A32. This phone is not like high power like all these phones out today. I need like a third. This phone probably cost me like $200. You know me, man. I don't spend money on shit. I'm the most frugal accountant you will ever meet. If I can save a dime on some shit, I'm like, okay, how much does it cost? But at some point, you got to spend money. Yeah. Yeah, you're right. You're right, man. You're right, Charmander. And that's why, you know, I took the night off when Beyonce was in town. I had to take the night off because it was getting to be a real game out there. And I'm seeing where all these trips are going. I mean, they were trying to pay like $42, but it was going to take like an hour and a half total time. And I'm like, $42 for like an hour and a half of driving. This is crazy because it was all the way down the highway. So I'd have to get back there and go all the way back down the highway. I was like, yeah, no, I'm not doing this shit. I'm out. Man, it was crazy. It was crazy. If I would have videoed some of the traffic that was out there, sheesh, forget that, man. Uh-oh. Invisible says got a $400 Pixel 7a for free from AT&T. I'm with AT&T. They don't never offer me free shit. Man, I'm gonna go down there and be pissed. I'm like, man, y'all need to give me a phone, man. iPhone X Pro. There's a phone out called the Google phone. And Google phone, I mean, the graphics are crazy with these Google phones, man. You could take my boy Chad, he be taking pictures of the moon and shit with his phone, and it looks like you had a telescope. I'm like, dude, I need to get me a phone like that because my phone, man, that shit's good for Uber and Lyft. That's it. This motherfucker need to be called the Uber phone. That's all it is. It's like a little $200 phone. It's the Uber phone. That shit's almost like a cricket. It only works. Like, what does it do? My phone just do Uber and Lyft. It don't take pictures? Nope. It don't take video? Nope. Just do Uber and Lyft. It's the Uber Lyft phone. It's just like a cricket phone, man. Yeah, them Google phones, man, those are crazy, crazy. I want to see if I can get a new phone, though. Probably like later this year, I'll get one. I like my phone, though, because I understand it. And you know how new phones are now? They're like computers. You got to figure this shit out. So you got to go into your phone, figure out how to do all of this shit. It's like getting a whole nother car, a whole nother computer all over again. And you got to figure all this shit out. And I'm like, I know this phone like the back of my hand. I love this phone, man. Because I don't owe no money on it. That's what. So go to your app settings, search Uber, and turn appear on top off. Yeah, I'm gonna definitely do that shit. Definitely do that. Because like I said, sometimes they be killing me with that shit, man. I don't like that. I don't like that. Because they throw it right up on the screen as I'm doing something on Lyft or whatever, and all of a sudden it's like, psh. So get an X for free. Is that an iPhone though? A X is an iPhone. Because all my stuff is like Android, man. Everything's Android. Even my car is Android. Everything. This is called AT&T support. Say want to cancel AT&T. They'll forward you to retention specialists who will offer the deals, especially if you've been with them a long time. Yeah, I've been with them for a long time. I'm going to call their ass today and be like, man, I want to cancel my shit. I'm finna go to fucking Cricket. They'll be like, hey, we'll give you a good deal. Man, that's funny shit. Buy a $49 Boost mobile phone. Tell AT&T you want a new phone will work, but you already own. I ain't get no Boost. I ain't get no Boost mobile, man. That's funny shit. That's funny shit. That's like the new Cricket. Back in the day, we had Cricket. Cricket didn't have reception though. You be talking to somebody and she just drop. You got to call them back like the next day. It's like with Cricket, all you can do, you can call a certain phone number like once a day. You're like, I already called you today, man. Call me back. I can't. I got a Cricket phone. I can only call that phone number once a day. That's the plan, man. You have some cheap ass fucking plans. You only text somebody like twice a day. It's like, I text you twice already. Well, text me back. I can't. I got a Cricket phone. I can only text your shit twice. That's in my plan. Motherfucker be trying to save money. Like, fuck that. You can only take so many pictures with the phone. I'm almost out of pictures. What do you mean you almost out of pictures? I got a Cricket phone, man. That's how this shit's set up. It's like you only take like 5 pictures a day. So you got to make them 5 real good pictures. You're going to do 1 video a week. That's it. It's a Cricket phone. Like, man. Yeah, I need to do something to my phone plan. I think I pay like $85 a month for this fucking AT&T phone. But I'll probably do something different with it. $59 a phone. Wait a minute, Mark. Nuh-uh. You've been deactivating on 3 days now. Had great challenges at that for all damn weekend. How in the hell did somebody like lie on you or some shit, man? Mark, man, shit's always happening to you, man. Always happen. Did somebody lie and say you did something and now they're trying to like Uber or Lyft trying to boot you out of the damn system? What the hell? Deactivated. Man, you got to get delivery. You got to do some delivery too. Throw some delivery in there, man. What up, Rock SG13? Hey, yeah, we've been just sitting here chilling on the live, man. We started it out, talking about a whole bunch. So at the beginning of the live, we had a really good conversation, just talking about life and everything else, especially what's going on in Vegas. But now we just kind of like, we're just in there chilling now, man, cracking up, laughing, laughing at these damn Cricket phones. Say, what'd you say? I'm about to cancel all my AT&T 7 lines for my fam parents. Cost like $500. Dang. My internet Ting is giving Verizon for 10 per line with my internet and already paid for. Wow. Damn, man. Yeah, if you paying $500 for 7 lines, cancel those. Cancel them. Saving $400 a month. Sheesh. You can buy another car now. Hell, you can have 2 cars now for $400 a month. It's like I'm pocketing that. I ain't spending that shit. I'm pocketing that money. $400 a month is going in the savings account. Yeah, pocket that money. Yeah, that's crazy though, man. If you can save $400 a month just off of phone plans, dude, You gotta fucking make a video about that shit because there's a lot of drivers out here that don't understand how phone plans really work. Because we get sold shit a lot of times. And I remember back in the day when phone plans was like a big deal to have. I mean, I was paying like $200 for two phones, crazy shit. People get that shit now for like $60, two phones. Like how? I would love to have two phones, but it's like, my one phone's running like $85 a month. So if I can get two phones for $85 a month, I'd rather do that. Compared to Verizon's Visible system, I paid $35 each on two international unlimited phones. Makes them offer better. Okay. So you got a Verizon Visible system? Oh man. So y'all hooking me up on some game with these phones, man. We need to have a whole damn live talking about phone plans. Cause I think I'm getting scammed. I'm paying $85 a month for one phone, and my phone only costs $200. And I'm like, y'all paying less than half. Holy shit. Yeah, I think we need to start talking about some phone plans up in here, man. Woo. I'm gonna go down to AT&T and talk to them. Was it they got to peel off a fix up? 1.6 for two, but Verizon is pricey. Yeah, and the thing about my AT&T phone, man, it's never failed me. Ever. That's one thing I'll give them. It's never failed, never glitched out, never not had reception. I don't really have much with it though. It's like, say, what do you use to make money? That's it. I just use my little AT&T phone, man. And like I said, the thing works perfect. It's got like unlimited everything. There's no limit to anything I do. It doesn't really slow down or nothing like that either. All praises in the house. What's good? But I would like to have a phone. Like I got this chip in the side. My chip is a 100 gig chip. So I can put tons of shit on that chip within my phone. It's like a little SD card. So the phone only came with like maybe, let's say 60 gigs. Now it's like double that because I put this big ass thing on there. Raider Nation, man. I always got my Vegas hat on, man. I love my little Vegas hat. So it's like what Mark said. I took a dude hooker back to the hotel because he was acting stupid on the phone, and he was so pissed he wouldn't stop contacting me. So I reached out to Lyft and they deactivated me. Man, that's some bullshit. They ain't gonna sit up there and deactivate you because you complained about a customer that kept contacting you. If you getting harassed and they deactivated you because you didn't want to get harassed, man, these asked me on some other shit, man. Jarman is like, fly, Eagles, fly. Pots and pans, baby, pots and pans. Yeah. Yeah. I have a rise, but I don't even get reception out here. Yeah, man. So that's the thing, man. I can't complain about the reception of this AT&T phone. I think they're doing pretty well, and the way things work, I just think I can get a better deal, man. I swear I think I can get a better deal, especially when I hear about the deals y'all got. And I'm like, dude, I'm paying $85 for one phone, one line. That's it. And I don't have an iPhone. I just got a Samsung A32. That's it. But like I said, there has to be a better deal that AT&T just ain't telling me about because they fucking getting me, man. They get me. And they like, dude, this dude ain't never going to fucking come off this plan. Just keep getting him. Keep getting him. Scottsdale and Curry Road, trash or treasure? Ooh, Scottsdale and Curry Road. I think that's pretty good. There's right over there is a bunch of students live there. They party there all the time. So you're going to have a bunch of students partying, and they're going from there just to ASU. So a lot of those trips are like, $8, $10, and they're real quick. They're like 2-3 mile trips. You just got to keep going back and forth. You get pings there all day. And usually traffic is not busy. But last night, because it was so crazy out, traffic was a little busy. So like the bridge going across Scottsdale, going across Tempe Lake, it was just garbage. Traffic was like standstill. Uh-oh. All praises said, oh shit. Uber blocked my account, and I got in the app a day ago. And this lady unblocked my account. I was surprised. Oh, so they blocked it? How the hell? Why did Uber block your shit? So a lady got in and was like, oh, I'm going to unblock it for you. Man, that's crazy. And Chowder says, I checked the data. I'm at 60 gigs. The forever phone. The forever phone. All right, check out this guy. YouTube, Stetson Doggets. All right, I'm going to check him out. He reviews all the best phone deals. Bet. That's what I'm going to do, man. I'm going to look up Stetson Doggett because I need to figure out what kind of phone plans is out there, man, because I'm definitely not on the best one. I guarantee I'm not, because I've had this phone for a while now. And AT&T is not going to just call you and be like, hey, man, we're going to help you save $40 a month. No, they won't. You got to go out and look for that shit. And with the way the economy is working right now, even saving $40 is a good deal because $40 is almost a whole tank of gas for me. So I can use that 40, put in the gas tank, flip that shit into some rides. And that's what I'm the man. You got to invest money from point A to point B. You move money around, you invest that shit, and you make that money. You need the AT&T special sales guy. He has the power. No, my old cab company, AAA, still in biz. He was 67 daily lease, 67 a day for a lease. What is that? Yeah, it's about $300 a week. Yeah, about $350 a week, something like that. It's not bad. And don't sleep on it. Hey, Mr. Gambit came in. He said, don't sleep on the T-Mobile deals. Got a good phone and home internet service deal bundle locked in, low price for life. So wait, you got home internet and a phone? What? Man, that's crazy. I got Cox cable at the house, but then I got like AT&T. I got to do something with all this shit, man. I got to do something. Hey, Charmander, man, I appreciate that shit, man. We be doing it, man. We take money out of one thing, you just invest that shit into something, flip it, and you just call yourself like all the profits you just made, throw it somewhere. Don't even act like you got it. That's why I tell people, if you act like you don't got money, man, you will save so much. Like I said the other day, man, I was out. I just went and bought a big ass thing of peanut butter and jelly so I can start making my own peanut butter and jelly sandwiches again. Cause I'm like, shit, I was eating them damn Uncrustables. They was good as shit. I was like, man, I miss peanut butter and jelly, but that's just $9 a box. I'm like, I can go buy some bread, buy me some peanut butter and jelly and do this shit the old school way. Cause like when you become frugal and you start saving a little money here and there, that shit adds up over time. We got 12 months to do this shit. If I'm spending $9 a week, $9 a week on these Uncrustables for 52 weeks, that's like $450 I'm spending on peanut butter and jelly. $450 a year on peanut butter and jelly. Like, nah, man, I'll make that shit myself. Go give me some bread, go give me some peanut butter and jelly. Because that shit, when you think of $9, it don't seem like a whole lot. Like, oh, it's $9. But then when you think about that shit, like, man, wait a minute, that's $450 a year. Hold up. Oh, yeah, I just made some tuna, man. I made tuna last week. I think I ended up, I don't know what, one of them cans, something was wrong with one of the cans. The other cans are good, but it was something yellow in one of the cans, and I mixed that shit together. I was like, I don't know. I just threw that shit in the trash. But I like tuna fish, and I be putting boiled eggs in mine, everything. Dude, we need a rideshare, a whole rideshare food list. Like, what do you get when you start hitting these streets? Instead of eating fast food, I just make shit, and I put that shit like in a little lunch pail. I throw in my little lunch bag, put my little frozen pack in there, keep that shit cool all night. Because usually I'm driving anyways. But if I forget to make my lunch pail, man, I gotta eat them old dusty ass fucking tacos from Jack in the Box. Like, Robert Reese, what up? Hot facts. Victor said, you received my text about the airport. Let me see. I haven't looked at my phone today yet. I probably was in it earlier. But yeah, wait a minute. Was it the one that had the 200 something people at the airport, or all them damn cars sitting at the airport? You was like, dude, what the hell's happening? I got a text message about it was a screenshot of all the cars at the airport. Yeah, them undustable Uncrustables, man. I can't eat that shit. You can't eat that. But Robert Reese, man, you gotta get in, man, and spread the word about that Vegas protest going on. They out there trying to fight for this damn concert money, man. They trying to fight for this concert money. Hey, Robert Reese, I remember that shit. He said that Indian food. You said, yeah, I ain't messing with that Indian food. That shit was funny as hell, man. You said that shit in that comment. I fell out laughing because I was in the kitchen cooking and I just heard it because I just leave you playing in the background, man. That shit was so funny, man. Oh, yeah, man. We be riding, man. Hey, on this channel, we ride up in here a lot. And like I said, I tell everybody, a lot of the comments in there, a lot of these people that are in the comments live in certain cities. And a lot of you guys are living in the same cities and don't even know it. Like, y'all be like, what city you from? Oh, shit, man. I'm like 2 cities away from you, dog. What the? And y'all can share secrets about, how people hit us up about airport all the time. Like, we always trade in airport secrets. Like, hey, man, it's finna be a surge at the airport. It's finna be this going down in Tempe. This is going on in Scottsdale. We always do that shit. Because the way we look at it is it's us against the apps. It's always going to be us against the apps. It can never be driver against driver because one driver cannot support this entire community for rides and shit. And there's so many rides that need to be done. So what we do is when we know something popping real quick, we be telling people, hey, man, here's my airport secret. Don't go there. Oh, man. Wait till you see. I did a video last night of me going to the airport. Shouldn't have did it. Because I ended up getting caught in that storm anyways. But when I got to the airport, the fact that it was a storm going, there was planes that couldn't land. So all these planes couldn't land and all these people were in cars all getting to the airport at the same time. Man, it was supposed to take me 32 minutes. You'll see the screen. The screen says it was supposed to take me 32 minutes to do this ride. It took me 48 minutes to do this ride. From 32 to 48. That's how crazy it was. And I didn't get that much extra. They did not give me that much extra. I think I got like $5 extra for the extra time. But it was pretty much the same amount of miles. I think I went like 2 or 3 miles further because I had to go around a different way. But still, it was not worth it. Not worth it. Dude, I was running, and that was a Lux. It was a Lux. I was basically running $40 an hour on Lux. That's basically how they got me at the airport last night. Yup. And I was like, man, I got played. I knew I should have went to the airport. Knew it. $40 an hour on Lux at the airport. And it was driving 48 minutes. That shit was not worth it. I was like, man. But we get caught up every once in a while, you know what I'm saying? And I'm thinking, oh, cool, airport is right by my house. I'm sitting right here. Let me swing over there. Man, nope. Nope, don't do it. Don't do it. Stay away from that airport, man. Stay away from it. As if you're in New Jersey and you're platinum on Lyft, they put you in front of the queue for Lux. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. They used to do me like that when I used to be platinum. I remember they used to be like, hey, you're ahead of the queue. And I'm like, but it would be like crap rides all the time. I'm like, I'm not doing that. Because they would be like, hey, we going to get you to pick up someone from the airport. You're taking them to Santan. We're going to give you $65. But I'm like, it's like 45 miles. It's like, give me $90, $100 maybe, but not, nah. They would do that shit all the time. I was like, nah, I'm cool. Yeah. He says, I'm getting wrecked. I'm only going, I'll wait like 3-4 hours for a trip. Well, that's at the airport probably. You got to get away from the airport. Stay away from it, man. Stay away from it. And what Tony say, my strategy, UberX rides for short trip surges, then hit up Lux and Lux Black, moving to the next Uber surge at 100 day on 5 trips. That's how you do it, brother. That's how you do it. You got to have a strategy when you go in, man, because for a lot of drivers that start out brand new, they're just excited to be on Lyft and Uber, and they're excited to start trips. They don't understand it. It's a strategy that you got to use if you're going to survive in this shit. Because if you don't have a strategy, you don't know what you're doing, you're going to end up at the airport. You're going to end up stuck at concerts. You're going to end up stuck in little college parties and shit. You're going to be like, you're going to get beat up. 12 hours later, you're going to be like, man, 12 hours took me to make $300 in 12 hours. You're going to get beat up. People can make $300 in like 5-6 hours if they do it right. It don't got to take you 12 hours. Excuse me. And I say, make your 250, make your $300 and quit for the day. Be done for the day. You'll never see me out there trying to push 10 hours, 12 hours to see how much I can make in a day. If I want 250, 300, and that's my thing, I'm shooting for it. If I get more than that in the 5 or 6 hours, cool. But there's too many drivers on these streets for us to all be trying to push 12 hours a day. We can all eat if we look out for other drivers. Some of these drivers that drive in the daytime, I won't encroach on their property. Like it's 2:30 right now. I know there's day drivers that can't drive at night. So I have to let them drive in the daytime so they can eat. Because if I went out in the daytime, I'm taking possible rides that are from them. So I'm like, you know what? I'll just wait till night. A lot of these guys got families. They got people to be home for, shit like that. They can't drive at night. So I'm like, I'll do the night shit. And I'm only out there 5-6 hours a night. It's cool. Like I said, Juan Vargas is out there at night. James out there at night. Frank's out there at night. We all the night crew. So we don't encroach on the day people property. We're like, nah, man, y'all can have all that day money. Surges be popping up. Like you said, Quest, all this shit be popping up. Cool. Knock yourself out. But when nighttime hit, shit, that's when we hit the road. Yeah, Chowder. And last night was crazy. It was storming like hell. I had to call it good. I think they do got Premier in the city, but I don't get Premier because I only got a 3 Series BMW. But I don't get Premier, but we got Premier out here. And nights to me are like open traffic because you get the major streets out here at nighttime are completely empty. And you just like, man, this is just like, you can do U-turns. You can like do a free-for-all. You can do whatever you want to do because there's nobody out there. It's so easy to drive at night. And I know a lot of people look at the safety aspect of it, things like that. If you know your city, you know what areas that you probably don't want to be doing too many rides in. Do 1 or 2, but the more you do, the more you're going to be pushing your luck. The probability is up there. It says, bro, you have to drive an 18 Camry to get Premier around here. Man. Yeah, and a Camry is kind of big, man. A Camry's bigger than my little ass baby car. And I've sat in some cars before, and I'm like, dude, these things, well, wait a minute. I think I probably did get a Premier. Maybe I got priority. I didn't get Premier. I got priority. I think that's different. I don't get Premier. I think every once in a while I get something that says priority. That's it. I don't get Premier. Yeah. And that's the thing. If you up early on weekends, man, yeah, you gotta not drive nights. Because like I said, it'll wipe me out most of the days. Like because I took off last night, I'm up during today. So I'll probably take a nap. Like it's 2:40 right now. I'll probably take a nap at about 5 o'clock. And I'll probably wake up at about 8:30 p.m. And then I'll drive all the way around to about 4 or 5 in the morning. And it's like, to me, it's easy, man, because it's all party people going to parties, leaving parties, dinners and stuff like that. Shit's easy, man. It's so easy. And day people, they got to deal with more. And I always tell people, I think day people are so underpaid compared to the level of traffic day drivers deal with. The fare should be different in daytime than nighttime because we're more efficient at night. We don't have that much traffic. We can move around a whole lot quicker certain times. Day, it's never like that. It's always traffic. So day people should probably get paid more money. That's what I'm thinking. I'm like, pay them more per hour, pay them more per ride. That's what I think, because that's how you make it fair. Because a lot of people in the daytime are struggling because they can't do as many rides as we do because of traffic, because they're all jammed up and hemmed up. Nighttime, I can bust out 30 rides at night, easy, with no traffic, easy, quick, small hops, having fun, man. Yeah, it's still crazy people though. But like I said, when you got crazy drivers and you mix them with crazy people, you having a crazy fun time. Shit. We be out there having a good time. Because I ain't one of those drivers that's going to be like, oh, fucking, man. I'm not one of those drivers that be like, oh, you guys got to get in and sit in your seats right and have your back straight up and get your posture correct and put your feet perfectly perpendicular to the floor. I don't do all like, fuck that. Get in. What you listening to? You listen to some Young Buck? I got Young Buck. What's up? Let's do this shit. Let's go. Want some Schoolboy Q? Man of the Year? What's up? Let's roll. They be like, as long as they don't hit you. Yeah. Oh, last night I had to decline somebody because I had to cancel a ride. Because I'm driving to the person. It was good money, $35 for like 15 miles. It was coming back towards my house, almost $2 a mile. I was like, cool. So I'm coming down, going toward the highway. As soon as I got on the highway to start heading their way, it said, Ryder, so call me. I'm like, hey, what's up? This is Jeff. Yeah. And the dude was drunk as a fucking skunk. Are you my Uber? Are you coming again? I mean, dude was just sloppy drunk. I was like, yeah, man, I'm on my way. How long you gonna be? I need you to get here. I'm like, all right, man. I fucking hung up, canceled that shit quick as a motherfucker, got off at the next exit. I said, nope. He fucked up because I would have showed up to that. This motherfucker called me. And when I heard that shit on the phone, I was like, no, this dude drunk as a motherfucking skunk. Nope. Cancel that shit. Fuck that $35. I was going to let another driver have that shit. Y'all can have that. Some driver going to show up and be like, oh, man. Like, yeah. Now, that's the kind of motherfucker right there, invisible. That's the one that be like hitting people and shit, punching you and stuff, throwing up, spitting all over you and shit. Dog. Man. I was like, nope. It's like, this dude drunk as a motherfucker, man. Cancel. Boop. I got off the next exit. I'm like, I wasn't having no parts of that shit. Because it's like that. And a lot of drivers will do that. A lot of riders will do that shit. They see you on the app, but they call you. Like, what the fuck are you calling me for? It's like, I'm driving towards you. Like, hey, just wondering, if you're going to get paid, if you're coming here. And I'm just like, yeah, let me not take this. As soon as I hang up, cancel. Don't deal with that shit. Because if somebody's calling you, like fucking with you already, and you ain't either they on some pills or they on some drink. I don't know what the fuck they on. But when I summon an Uber, it's like, just let the shit do what it do. Let it do what it do. You ain't gotta stress that shit out. Nah, these motherfuckers will call you, and you just get the ride. You be 2 minutes into it. Hey, just wondering if you're gonna come pick us up. It's like two of us, and this and that, and I don't know how long it's gonna take you to get it. All right, I'll be there in a minute. Don't worry about it. I got you, Leslie. I got you. Don't worry about it. Just making sure, because this. All right, Leslie, I'll be there in a minute. Don't worry about this. All right, well, if you come around, all right. As soon as them motherfuckers hang up, cancel. It's like, don't fucking call me. Hell no. It's like, they can deal with the next driver because that shit, no, that energy is not what I'm talking about right off the fucking bat already. Exactly. Because, I'm cool if you're going to call me and say, hey, it's going to tell you to go through the left gate. Don't go through the left gate. Go through the right gate instead. So, because that map's going to tell you something wrong. I'll appreciate that. You can even text me that. I'll appreciate that. But motherfuckers say, hey, how long is it going to take you to get here? Because we're standing right here and we don't know, this. I'll be there, like it says 7 minutes. Okay, well, we're right here. How long do you think it's gonna take you? And if you're gonna, all right, as soon as you hang up, cancel. It's like let another driver deal with that shit. Man. And I hate doing that to people, but it's like, you know what? Motherfuckers don't, we go through a lot of shit at night. We deal with a lot of people at night. And yeah, it'd be too much. It'd be too much. It's like, I'll tip you in the app. What up, Dur Uber? This is I'll tip you in the app. And it's like, I don't mind people, giving us advanced knowledge of a closed street or so, but when they just rushing you and they fucking with you and rushing you and trying to get you to do this and they just messing with you, it's like, you know what? This person probably ain't a customer for me. I'm not feeling that shit. I'm just not feeling it. And I don't mind, yeah, when they acting, they all aggressive and drunk. I don't like that. Cause I mean, I have motherfuckers that they grab your shoulder and shit. Hey, bro, what's up, bro? What's good, bro? What's up? I'm like, motherfucker, if you don't let go of my motherfucking arm, I'm gonna elbow you in the fucking face. And they be like that, man. They get in the car, they get drunk. Oh, bro, you're cool as shit, bro. They grabbing your seat and shit, trying to rip your motherfucking seat out. I'm like in the motherfucking car driving this motherfucker like this. I'm like, dog, yeah, I'm cool. Yeah, dog. I'm like, motherfucker, damn, chill the fuck out. They be drunk as a motherfucker, man. He said, before you know it, they get nasty. Man. It'd be some crazy shit, man. And that's what you get when you deal with drunk people at night. That's what you get. Say they get nasty. And Uber believe the shit. Then some people claim they tip you in the app, 1-star you because they falsely accuse you of weed and you get you deactivated. Yeah, they be doing shit like that all the time. And that's why I like my car being clean. Whenever people like that get in my car who kind of smell aromatic, either they stink or they fucking smell like weed, I let all my windows down because I'm not having these motherfuckers jump in my car. Well, he smelled like weed. We live in a city where weed is legal. So if you're going to think, other people are jumping in and out of these cars, I'm picking these people up from dispensaries and shit all the time. I don't know what the fuck these people are doing. So they jump out, they jump in. I'm like, hey, I just picked them up from the dispensary. I didn't know they were smoking or whatever the fuck. They ain't got shit to do with me. But you can't report me for that shit. Fuck that. But yeah, man. The smell sticks. Yeah, exactly, man. Man. Hey, Uber at night is fucking hilarious. It's hilarious. But I try to tell people, man, until you, and I tell people that be having W-2s, you do not even appreciate or respect an Uber driver until you did a week or a weekend or something like that in the driver's seat in any of these cities. You have no idea what we go through. No idea. People think, oh, you ain't doing shit. You just driving, motherfucker. You just, okay. Trust me. Take a week off work. Do Uber for a week. Do days and nights. Just see what's out there. Man, these motherfuckers. Yeah, exactly. It's like nothing's like smelly ball, sweet sweat and weed mixed right for real, man. For real. They need that lume, whatever that shit was talking about. Man. That fucking lume, that shit. Yeah, but hood lesson learned. Never take trips at 2 a.m. in the hood. You'll be doing multiple weed stops. He said multiple weed stops. I know that last weed was bad. We got to go pick up some more weed. Man, we done picked up weed twice already. Got to go pick up some more weed. That weed was bad. Like, man, fuck this weed. I got to get out of here, man. Can I add a stop? Oh, and that shit happened too. I forgot about that. So I picked up this lady the other night and she was like, can I just add a stop? I was like, well, actually, I don't do, because it was a real short hop. I was like, I don't do stops or whatever. She's like, oh, well, that's fine. It was just like the McCormick or somewhere. It was far as shit. I'm so glad I said no, because if I would have said, yeah, it's cool, like it was, man, I'd have probably it was probably going to be about another 15-mile ride. It would probably be like $8. I was like, shit, I'm glad I said no. And they do that shit. They be, can I add a stop? Can I add a stop? Man. Yeah. Invisible said, and them the cats that sell the weed, your Uber is their delivery vehicle. Uber smoke on the way. Lyft light up, motherfucker, light up with Lyft. We're on the way. We got the weed. We'll be coming around the corner in the fucking silver Altima. This is Lyft light up. Like, motherfucker, light up your light on the Lyft thing so they know I got the weed, man. Turn it blue. Be like, shit, you ain't using my car as no dope dealer vehicle. Fuck that shit. And they do it too, man. They be at one time, and this is what's sad, because we meet a lot of people in this industry, and a lot of people are going through a lot of shit. So I pick up this lady one time, and she's a nurse. So I pick up this nurse. So we're driving, whatever, and she goes and she gets a prescription like from Walgreens to CVS. I'm like, cool, no problem. And I'm thinking I'm taking her back home. She went and gave that shit to somebody else. I was like, oh, I'm like, this is what these motherfuckers are doing now. They're sitting there doing these damn, and that's the thing. I don't mind people, doing what they do. That's cool. But just don't involve me in that shit. Don't involve me in that shit. Excuse me, because a lot of people don't want to be involved in shit like that. If you want to do some transaction with your buddies, your friends, and we went to some apartments, it was cool. We pulled in. The lady came walking from between the cars. They stood right outside my door. They did whatever. Money, gave her the fucking bag, and then we left. And I'm sitting there like, this motherfucker just had me do some goddamn prescription pain pill fucking deal or some shit, standing right next to my goddamn car. Like, what if the cops would have been knowing who this lady was? All right, Charmander, man, hey, you be easy out there, brother. Hey, stay safe. If you can get out on the road for a minute, get out there and get it, man. Get it. Even if you got to go make $100 real quick, make the 100 and call it good. Yeah, but it could have been like the DEA or somebody, investigating this lady. And I pull up, and she hops out and they standing right next to the car. They doing whatever. And she jumps back in the car. And then a lady goes back in the house. And I'm like, okay, that was kind of weird. It's like, you're not supposed to let me, your driver, see what the fuck is going on. If y'all doing some underground shit, you got to like walk somewhere and do that shit and come back. Like you're right next to my fucking car. And I'm just like, yeah, I can clearly see what, like I said, you have no idea who we're picking up. That's why I said a lot of people, they don't know what we deal with, man. They don't know what we deal with. They think all we doing is driving the motherfucker to work or back. Nope. This is, you got to do a night in Camden, man. Camden, New Jersey. I don't know, man. Shoot, I heard about Camden. Dude, my son's mom from Piscataway. I heard about New Jersey. That's rugged out there. But yeah, and they will sit up there and they will do deals and transactions. Getting, like I said, I don't know who this person is. What if this person is having an argument or a fight with somebody else over money or drugs or anything else, and everybody come out blazing guns or shooting and doing whatever the hell they do at drug deals, and I'm sitting there in my goddamn Uber car, like, dude, this is just supposed to be like a little $8, $9 ride. Now my car done got shot up. Motherfucker done busted out my window, chased this motherfucker to the car. I'm like, anything can happen. You don't do stuff like that to drivers. It's like it's way too sketch for me. It's like, you do that shit, you get out the car, you go to where you gotta go, do what you gotta do. Don't have my car involved in that shit. Don't even have it involved in it. But like I said, a lot of people don't understand how rideshare work, man. They don't know how rideshare works. We deal with a lot of stuff. This is Mario Andretti upgrade. Take off like a no. I figure some restaurants that'll be dealers someday. It'd be Breaking Bad style. Have me muling their contraband in some food bag. You never know, man. You never know. And I think somebody was doing it at some point. Somebody was really doing some. It was either a Wendy's dealer or something. It was in the news. They was dealing crack because somebody found some crack in like a bag or something like that. Like he gave the crack to the wrong person. The cook was selling crack out of the restaurant. It was in a hot dog. That's what it was. Look up crack in hot dog, because they dropped the hot dog packet in the dude ordered a hot dog and he dropped the crack packet in the hot dog when he was supposed to put it in the other dude's bag. It's all crazy, man. Look that shit up on Google, man. He got busted. These motherfucking restaurant people be dealing drugs, man. They be serving. It's like, man, here's your hot dog with crack on it. He straight dropped the crack packet in the lady's hot dog by mistake when he should have put it in the other bag. Motherfucker dumb, man. Google that shit, man. It's out there, dude. That story is out there still. Peanut butter and crack sandwich. Man, you get that shit to a 7-year-old kid. That kid be fucking cleaning his room up, running around the fucking block. This motherfucker playing kickball by itself. It's like how you roll the ball to yourself, kick the motherfucker yourself, and then catch the shit and throw yourself out. Man, that kid ate that peanut butter sandwich. That's all I know. That motherfucker was crack on that peanut butter sandwich. They videotaping that kid like, dude, this kid is seriously playing kickball all by himself. Like he's the pitcher, he's the kicker, he caught and he threw himself out at first base. How the hell he do that? Motherfucker ate that peanut butter crack sandwich. man. Is it right in your face? Lately, influencers have been getting assassinated in Ubers. Yeah, real shit. Like that one lady in that SUV, that black SUV. She was like a rapper or an influencer or something like that. And she got shot up in that big old black SUV, man. Get that. That's why you got to punch it. Dope. It's funny. It's okay. I do this. They look at me, see, I don't care. Jowder said, they say to me, I need to get to the train in 5 minutes. I say, challenge accepted. That's some shit. Challenge accepted. It's like, oh, we got this. Don't you worry about it. We got this. We good. We good. Man, that's funny. That's funny. Was it the Alpha driver? Got the Alfa Romeo. We got Alpha John in here. He drives an Alfa Romeo. Alpha John. Was that right? Invisible. The slowest car on the road. Everyone is speedy. I'm the slowest car on the road. Everyone is speedy. Hey, out here in Arizona, oh, you better learn how to speed. You got to move these cars out here. Nobody even, you could be going 70, 80 on the highway. A cop will pass you at like 100, 105. Everybody speed out here because people got places to go. They be like, dude, you like, man, I think this cop is chasing me because I'm going 80. No, this cop is passing you. You going too slow for this cop. This cop is like, man, if you don't get out the way, you in a fast lane going too slow. You be going 80 miles in the fast, they'll just go right around you at 100. They're like, dude, you move. Oh, yeah. Or a couple tries to fight in your car. Man, how many people have had that happen? And then they apologize when they get out. Oh, we're so sorry. We're sorry about they be in your car fighting, arguing, grabbing shirts and shit. And I'm just driving like normal, like a motherfucker. I'm like, okay, I'm not stopping this motherfucker because I'm trying to get to the destination so I can get my fucking $12. Y'all get the fuck about my car. I'm just driving like a motherfucker. And they be back there scrapping, grabbing each other's shirts and collars and shit, laughing. And I'm like, motherfucker, I'm just sitting there like, yeah, dude be like, yeah, girl, you stupid. Motherfucker, fuck you, blah, 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 blah. They be going the fuck back and forth. I'm just like, then they'll get out. Sorry about this, bro, man. We sorry about this. I'm like, y'all can't hold this shit until y'all actually like get out of the fucking car. Like, you can't not fight this motherfucker till you get out of the car. And one girl, man, when I picked her and her man up, I picked them up in Mesa. So I picked them up in Mesa and we're driving. And it was cool. It was cool. Apparently, he moved in with her recently, but then he was trying to like cheat on her or some shit like that. So the whole time we driving, she's like, I'm throwing all your motherfucking shit out, this and that. She's like, Uber driver, don't leave because he gonna need you as soon as we get home. Because I'm like, no, I'm not fucking staying. I'm thinking that shit. I'm not fucking staying in this shit. Don't even leave because as soon as we get there, he gonna need you. I'm throwing all your fucking shit out the moment we get home, motherfucker. This and that. I took your dusty ass up off the fucking street. Your broke ass, you bum motherfucker. I took you off the fucking street. I mean, she was going the fuck off. Dude just sitting back there like, he can't say shit. He's like, because he know, man. He's like, okay. So his brother driving me in his nice ass Beamer. This girl calling me dusty bum off the fucking street, took me in, kind of put me down. He feel bad as a motherfucker about it. He can't even say shit. So he just like driving. So we finally get there and shit. So he gets out the fucking car first. He jumps the fuck out. And she's sitting there, she's like, I'm so sorry about all this and that. But can you do me a favor? Can you just like wait to see if we can? I'm like, well, what I can do is I can end this ride and you guys can like reapply for another ride to see if, it gets me back. I could just sit park right over there. I wouldn't fucking stand. I wouldn't just end the fucking ride. So she was like, I'm sorry about this, but he doesn't. And she trying to tell me like the life story for a minute. And he's standing at the door. He's like, bitch, come on. If you're going to do this shit, blah, blah, blah. So now they are arguing back and forth and she's sitting in my car. So she gets out the car, start walking and shit. I act like I'm going to go park. I cruise over there. I fucking turn that shit. As soon as they shut the door, I peel the fuck out. I'm like, I'm not dealing with this shit tonight. No. But bro, he probably homeless tonight. To this day, he probably homeless. Who the fuck knows? This motherfucker probably. But that's the kind of shit we deal with, man. That's the kind of shit we deal with. No, he says, I had this 350-pound girl fall flat on her face, drunk as hell, took 2 grown men to pick her up. I took off. Dude, when I was in the Jeep, that's why I had to get different sets for the Jeep. Because people used to get out and fall all the fucking time, man. That shit would be so funny. And one dude, it was him and his wife was in the back. So they like, yeah, we're talking about the Jeep, this and that. And they had just been out. They were drinking. They had a good time, this and that. So we get to their house and I pull up in the driveway and it's like grass on that side, drive on this side. So he gets out on my side, jumps out. And all of a sudden she gets out and just fucking disappears. Like I thought she like dropped something like her phone, whatever the fuck. So I like look out the back. I don't see her. And dude comes around. He says, oh shit, she does this all the time. She falls out the car all the time. She like laying in the fucking front yard. I thought she bent down like to pick some shit up. I turned around, I was like, where the fuck this lady go? Door wide the fuck open. She like laying in the front yard, full stretch the fuck out. I was like, I need to get some different steps. She must have forgot we was in the Jeep because she stepped out that motherfucking. It's a long way down. She went straight face planted in the front yard. I was like, man, I felt bad. And dude, he was laughing. He was like, I'm gonna help her up. Don't worry about this. And I was like, dude, you good? You good? You need me to help? He's like, no, we're good. She does this all the time. She's always falling. I was like, okay. I was like, shit. She fell straight about the motherfucking shit. Man. Yeah, pulling out fast, gets the mood changed. Yeah, like, Zig said she was slobbing out 5 minutes later. Zig said she was slobbing out 5 minutes later. She kicked him out. Was like, okay, you ain't gotta go. Fuck that shit. You can stay. Man, it's just funny as hell. That's funny shit. Man, the rideshare stories we got, man. We can go on for days about half the shit we be getting into out here in these streets, man. We can go on for fucking days. So you see up front for Uber. I see up front for Uber. First year doing Uber, picked up a girl crying, told me she had to move everything out of her place, called her boyfriend, begging her best friend, packed up everything, trunk, and inside the car full. Man, that's nuts, Mr. Gambit. Because hey, you're a bigger dude than me. Because I'd have been like, damn, that's a lot of shit. I got to sit here and pack all this shit in my car. My luck, no. I'm like, you better slide me like 200. No, I'm just kidding. I probably wouldn't even do it. I'm like, you need to go in, talk to people, figure shit out. Say, because I'm not going to sit up here because her boyfriend, that motherfucker, he might have went postal at that moment and decided to shoot everybody up. Probably thought, yeah, well, this Uber driver probably got something to do with it too. I'm going to shoot you too. Like, shit. I'm like, man, I need to get out. I don't like doing domestic shit, man. And we deal with it all the time. And it's scary because we in the front. We're trying to navigate and drive and get places. And they're having this huge argument on the phone, or they have an argument behind us, this and that. So you don't know what you're going to pull up to when you get to this house. You get to this house, the same people that just been arguing and fighting with and shit could walk out the house with a shotgun. You don't fucking know. So it's like, all I know is the energy is off. And I'm used to having good energy. Motherfuckers laughing, joking, talking about the music, tipping on the way out, this and that. I'm used to that type of energy. I like that kind of energy. When you start getting that weird ass, aggressive, fighting, confrontational in the middle of some shit energy, it's like, man, I do not want my car shot up. I don't want a motherfucker throwing some shit at my car, throwing some shit at me. I don't want nobody fighting, man. Yeah, it gets bad, man. It gets bad. So I'm one of those people that I try to peek the situation out. When I see shit going down like that, I'll peek the situation out. And I'm like, I don't know if I want to park directly in the house or pretend that I'm dropping them off early and like drop them off at because I do that shit all the time. I'll park at the neighbor's house, like in front, like, oh shit, the map stop right here. They'll be like, oh, it's fine. And they'll just get out and they'll just like walk a house down and go up their driveway. I don't like going in front of people's houses when they having issues and shit. I just act like, what, a map stop right here now. And oh, it's cool. I could just walk right there. It's just right next door. All right, bet. It's like, shit, I need me some running space. Goddamn it, give me some distance. Because if I gotta hit this motherfucker and get out of there, I'm out. I'm not playing games with these people, man. But what time is it? 2:15. It's 3:00. What is it? 2 hours and 15 minutes, man. I appreciate you guys jumping on my live. And this is actually the first live of using this microphone. So hopefully it came out okay. I don't know how it sounds because I have to go back and play it in the end to see how it sounds and everything. But I appreciate you guys just, sitting here chilling, especially you guys out there driving, making money, doing deliveries and stuff like that. Hopefully everybody got money today, man. Because like I said, it's getting crazy in Vegas right now. It's getting crazy at concerts everywhere. So don't sell yourself short for these apps, man. Don't do it. Don't even let them bend you over like that. And that's why, Vegas, they got the state involved to help them out. We all need to start looking at how we can get what we're due. Because we're the ones doing all the fucking work out there. We're doing all the work out there. So always remember that we're the ones doing the work. We don't owe them shit to allow them to be on their platform. We the ones doing the work. They should be thankful of us cleaning our cars, gassing these motherfuckers up, keeping it good to do their shit. Oh, thanks, Zick. I appreciate that, y'all. Hey, man, you guys be easy out there. Another 2-hour live in the books. Man, I got to go in here, give me something to eat. I'm going to take my ass to sleep and get up, drive tonight. Hopefully, I got some good content for you guys tomorrow. I know I've already recorded some funny shit, and I'm going to put it on. I've been trying to chop these videos up to make them like an hour and a half, 2 hours long each. So because some of my videos be like 3 fucking hours, and I got to edit that shit. So I'm like an hour and a half, 2 hours. I'm like, okay, that's about my extent right there. But man, these fucking videos are crazy. They're crazy, man. But hopefully I can get to do more lives now with the setup. So I can hang out with y'all like in real time and shit while we out driving, making this money. So, hey, appreciate you guys. Much love, much respect. Y'all stay safe out there. Man, I appreciate the super chats today. I know a lot of people don't get a lot, but that's cool, man. We do what we do. We still take care of each other. I'm only gonna try to invest in this shit to make it a better experience for all of us involved, man. Hey, y'all be easy out there, my man. Be safe. Let's make this money this weekend. Shit.